Well, I don't know what you guys were just sitting here the entire time. Now Nick decides to change his microphone out.
Yeah, there we go. I wanted the mic flag. I want to feel like I'm a part of the cast.
Why is it so warm down here?
What? Alexa, turn the temperature to 65.
Jesus.
First, everyone's cold.
The heat set to 65.
Fucking headphones are unplugged.
And I can't hear now.
Way to go, Nick.
I can't either, so.
Well, I don't know which one's mine. Can't put them next to each other.
Alright, Bob. Worked on the first try. That is amazing.
That's what I was told.
Alright. Good?
Yeah. Buddy?
Well, listen to me, and I'm going to tell you now. Welcome to episode 54 of Schnozzcast for Saturday, January 11th, 2020. First episode of the year with Nick Bader in the room.
That's fantastic.
Is it?
Yeah. The thing doesn't really shut off right away,
No,
does
it's
it?
like I said, it's a jet fucking engine being picked up by every one of the microphones.
Is that the heat that's making that noise?
Yeah. Well, if we were sitting next to your furnace in the basement, it would sound the same way.
Oops. There we go.
Oh, rookie mistake.
Oh boy. We're on Podbean.
We are.
Hello, Podbean.
Podbean family.
Cricket.
Oh, Eddie's in the room.
Eddie's in the room?
Yeah.
Eddie. What up, Eddie? Respond to me, Eddie.
Whoop.
Oh, talk about amateur mistakes. Jesus.
Amateur hour.
Well, to be fair, this is the first time opening Podbean on this iPad. So we're good.
What you're really highlighting is the complete lack of prep work that you've done.
Yeah, I do lots. I turn a lot of lights on and stuff.
Do you?
Yeah.
Or does Alexa do that for you?
She does some.
Yeah.
Going around the table. Mr. Bob J.W. Rankin, how are you now?
Good, you?
Not so bad.
Thanks.
Hello, Eddie. I am Nick, of course, 2020 Nick. And to my left, wearing beautiful ketchup-colored Under Armour shirt, Mr. Cory Slesky,
Oh, hey.
who just celebrated a birthday on the 2nd.
I was going to say, it was several days back.
We're continuing to constantly celebrate Cory's life. 2 Corys left, bundled up in her best winter gear.
No need to now. That's...
It's the jungle down here now.
Well, it's funny because in my house she's bundled up, and recently when we were at Bob's she was bundled up, but in the summertime she would wear like a 2-piece over to Bob's house for the podcast.
I never wore a 2-piece.
These shorts that were like this. She's like,
I'm
cold.
It was a tankini. Let's be
It was not.
Tankini.
It was normal summer attire.
Don't sell yourself short.
Miss Finny Fin Fin.
Hello.
You're a tremendous slouch. Don't sell yourself short.
One day. Just want one day.
Yeah?
For to show up in sweats.
Oh, we'll make it happen.
Like sweatpants?
Yeah.
No, socks.
Not show up in
sweatpants.
Not show up in a sweat.
Oh. I was like, what?
Not in this basement.
You need to bring your cozy
Koozie?
That
sweatshirt.
Cozy?
Sorry, what?
My mom got her a, it's called the Cozy Hooded Sweatshirt. It's like a big fleece blanket that you actually just wear.
I like it with sleeves.
It's like a poncho.
Basically.
Oh, that sounds disgusting.
It sounds sexy as hell. I bet you
sure
cut
it
a
is.
striking figure in that.
Absolutely.
Perhaps there's a publication out there that's looking for models for the cover of Cozy Slanket Monthly.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining. We're so happy to be back here while everybody's Kermit the Froggy on their fucking keyboards and not at all speaking.
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome. We have a couple of things we want to get through today, but I don't really have any housekeeping for the day.
Nothing?
No, it's been pretty steady going.
There's a handle here, just in case you guys are wondering.
There's what?
There's a handle.
Were you looking for it? Found it. Found the handle.
Found it with my knee.
No, it's been pretty steady going. No new updates, no changes. Just a train that keeps on rolling down the tracks. You get my drift. You know what I'm picking up what I'm laying down.
I think I am.
Yeah. So, you feel any older, sir? Wiser?
After last night, yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Tough getting up at the crack of 3:30.
I originally got up at 11. And
But that's AM for
Yes.
those of you.
yes. And I immediately asked what time it was. Upon being told it was 11, I was like, oh, no.
He went back to sleep.
That's way too early.
And so did you for another couple hours.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I typically don't. I typically am up and...
At that time, I was at Bob Evans taking my kiddos out to breakfast.
Oh, nice.
Yep. A little greasy bomb of a breakfast. Made me feel a lot better.
I don't doubt that.
Yep. Some biscuits and gravy.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh. There's a new place I heard in Dearborn, right by where Crave used to be, called the Avenue House Brunch.
Crave.
Crave. Michigan Avenue, across the street from where Do More Music used to be, I think.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. So supposedly they're a good, like, breakfast, brunch, lunch kind of a place. Yeah.
Oh, it's mine.
Good fucking Christ.
Yeah, I know it's yours. That's why.
I thought you looked at him.
Are we, we're setting a record for the number of rookie mistakes here in this podcast. They don't serve booze. Maybe that's coming. So no Bloody Marys, which is a fucking shame.
That does suck.
But they do have, so this is what I gleaned from the review I read, was that they have almost every kind of bacon that you can imagine. Turkey bacon, vegan bacon, French bacon, candy
What's
bacon.
French bacon?
Beef bacon, like, I don't know. But it sounds, I'll try it.
Vegan bacon.
I'll try it. Well, that I won't try, but
No.
everything else.
Do they call it fakin'?
The only thing they don't have is pork bacon. For whatever reason, they don't carry pork
It's
bacon.
probably Arabic owned.
Possibly, yeah. But every other type you can get.
That's was it Parks and Rec, where they were at the grocery store and they had vegan bacon that they were handing out, and Ron Swanson kept on picking them up and tossing them in the trash.
I'm just trying to help your restaurant be successful.
Then I watched the episode the other day too, where they did the bacon wrapped shrimp at the awards ceremony. And
Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can't think what character came over the table. He's like, "Oh, bacon wrapped shrimp," and she's like, "No, I'm all set, thank you." He's like, "Oh, I wasn't offering." He was just stating that he was eating bacon wrapped shrimp.
Gotta love Ron Swanson. So I had a couple of things that we wanted to tick off tonight. We wanted to get through another edition of Danielle's Word Box. We want to do pick of the week, I think. Pick of the week we're going to get to. And I think Danielle and I are going to potentially swap stories from our gentleman's agreement. No?
Should we go upstairs?
I'm the only one. You
I was-
lazy motherfucker.
I had planned on doing it today, but I didn't plan on sleeping.
Do you know what today is? Today is
Saturday.
1 week since you were asked to do it. So
Well, I know. I didn't know what the conditions were.
conditions.
Like, I didn't know how long I
watch
had.
it before the next podcast.
Well, he didn't have to watch his.
No,
so
he
I
did.
I was supposed to, but
He didn't. Yeah,
The only way I can get it is I literally checked every streaming service.
dude, I told you I had it. You live 7 blocks from me.
Yeah, I wasn't near you though.
I even sent him a text, Nick, that said,
When I was
"Hey,
at work.
why don't you stop by here and grab that movie?" It was like Tuesday. So he came home from work Tuesday, didn't stop by, and then came Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and here we are.
That wasn't Tuesday that you sent that. It was
Fucking Monday then.
It was Thursday.
It was no.
Yes, it
no,
was.
no.
Yes.
I'm gonna embarrass you and look at that text.
Go ahead.
I can't believe you're making me do this.
At the earliest Wednesday.
Oh no, you seem to be backtracking a lot here.
I'm telling you, you're gonna be shocked.
Here it is. I'm gonna tell you. It was Wednesday.
See, told you.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You said fucking Thursday.
I said at the earliest
And then
Wednesday.
you backtracked after I
didn't
threatened to
backtrack.
pick up my phone.
I recanted my statement.
Like a bitch, you backtracked. Anyway, Thursday, Friday, here we are.
Again, I worked on Thursday.
So, here's what we're going to say.
I worked on Friday.
I will watch
No one
Friday
gives a
next
fuck,
month.
because you don't work 24 hours a day. Here's what we're going to say.
Basically.
Next time we get here, next weekend, everybody's got to do it.
Yes.
I'm going to get me a week off, because you lazy motherfuckers got a little bit of work to do. You, Nick,
Just
get to
for the record,
you get to do whatever
he's
you want.
pointing at Danielle and Cory.
No, you get to do whatever you want.
Because you weren't here.
Yeah, but now you got a week, so you can pick up either. Shit, I did watch it. I swear to God, I
Weekend?
did.
No.
No,
What
you-
happened to Monday?
What happened to Monday? Or you can watch Marriage Story, or you can watch Six Underground, which you assigned to Krabby, or you can watch The Sting, which Krabby assigned to Cory.
I don't like any of those.
Well, you got to pick one.
Okay.
Pick one of them. Normally you don't get to pick. Normally you're like, okay, that's what I'm doing. You get to pick. You get your choice now of 4.
I'll have to see which one appeals to me the most. Look at that on Netflix.
Well, Sting is not on Netflix.
No, Sting is nowhere on any streaming service.
But I do own a copy on DVD. And the other 2 are on. The other 3 are all in Netflix.
Yes.
Is that like about the police or what?
No.
No.
It is the second and final screen pairing of Robert Redford and Paul Newman.
Okay.
Recommended by Krabby, who could not believe that you two dudes had never seen Butch Cassidy. And so therefore he recommended this thing.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I didn't know Krabby was such a huge fan of
Do
Butch
they-
Cassidy and Sundance Kid.
Do they all have to be Paul Newman flicks?
No.
No.
Are there?
And they're not.
Wasn't Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid and they have Paul Newman?
Yeah.
Does Sting?
Yeah. So that's 2.
Seeing a theme here.
I guess, if you want to put it that way.
So I take it you're going to watch this thing then? Because you like themes? Or you hate themes and you're going to watch it?
I'm gonna leave you guys guessing for a little while.
Oh, good. I appreciate that. All right, so we're gonna come back to that next week, and I will give you my update from the one that I watched.
Okay.
What happened on Monday?
I liked it.
I did too.
It's interesting. It's
It was
different.
interesting.
Was it a chick flick?
No,
No.
not really a chick flick. It's just odd. It almost seemed like it was like a European.
It
type
might
of
have
a-
been.
Yeah. Like I'm not sure how they got the funding to do it. It
Yeah.
was an interesting idea.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'll say about it. So we'll come back to it next week.
It wasn't for a lack of effort, though, I'll tell you that much.
Sorry, explain to me. First of all, we're not talking about your assignment or hers. What effort are you referring to?
Yeah, as far as the assignment, I tried.
You tried to
Well,
watch something.
what, tell me what effort you made.
Well, how would I know that it's not on any streaming service if I didn't look it up on all
Because
the
I
streaming
told you
services?
last Saturday when we were sitting right in that chair.
Did you, though?
Yes,
No,
I
I don't
did.
think so.
Go back to the tape.
I will. And
I offered to give it to you.
Again, going to be... Yeah, you didn't... That's what you said.
Which is, why would I have offered to give it to you if it was on a streaming service?
Because you tend to do that.
No.
Yeah, just like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. You're like, oh, here, take the Blu-ray.
Because you waited so fucking long that it wasn't on the streaming service anymore.
Yeah, it was. It was on
No,
Amazon.
it wasn't. Or you'd have fucking...
It was on Amazon.
For a price.
Okay. If
That's
this-
why I offered.
If the Sting was on there, I would have rented the Sting. Because I wouldn't have even had a chance to play it unless I was at Danielle's house.
So you did one Google search, and that's your effort for the week?
No, I searched all the streaming sites.
Uh,
I went to each one
Why would you
and
do
I
that?
typed in the Sting.
So you should pay there. So for the listeners, and there are a lot of you out there, I know. We reviewed this a couple weeks ago. There's a site called JustWatch.com where you can type in name a movie like The Sting, and it'll tell you where it's available. Which therefore, if Cory had been paying attention, would have taken him approximately 30 seconds to search.
I wanted to feel like I was working harder.
Not smarter.
Correct.
Nick, this is the story, I think, of all of the efforts in the podcast.
Okay. I'm figuring it out now.
Mhm.
Figured it out. Anyhow,
Yes.
moving forward.
Anyhow.
Forward and upward.
Let's, I'll tell you what. Nick's got some pepper jelly.
Yep.
Is it cheese pepper jelly? Cream cheese pepper jelly? Or just pepper jelly?
Yeah, pepper jelly on top of cream cheese.
Okay. Does anybody want a little pepper jelly?
I mean, been waiting for it all week.
Yeah. And there it is, staring you right in the face.
Yep. Within a normal person's arm length, I don't know.
I can get it for you if you want.
Oh, you can get That'd be fantastic.
Yeah?
It's like feeding a T-Rex. I envy the people that aren't on Facebook Live and didn't have to see that.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
Here comes Bob for the pepper jelly.
We're getting
Word box it up?
Yeah. We need a shot of adrenaline in the arm of this podcast.
I think we need a shot of something.
We're only like 15 minutes in.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, let's see if we can knock this out. So we're going to do another edition of Danielle's Word Box. I'm not going to bother to explain that. We do it every episode. If you're interested in why we're doing this, go back and listen to another show.
Talking about effort.
All right, everyone's in a great mood tonight. Thank you.
You feel better now? You got your juices flowing? Adrenaline?
I don't know.
Blood to the brain?
Apparently that's a
All right, so you pick a word here.
really tightly sealed lid, but Cory had to be a gentleman and open it for Danielle.
Oh, I sense a tongue twister. You know what she said to me last week, Nick? She's like, these are so easy for me. They're so
Oh, yeah,
easy.
she did trip herself up a bit.
I did.
All right, so here's the so she's got something she's going to read now. That's not a word. It looks to be a tongue twister from here. But last week you said, "Oh, there are no rules." But I said she's found a loophole, and that is when she gets a tongue twister, she just reads it very, very slowly. So
Okay.
Rule number one.
yeah, so she's exploited that a lot, but which I'm going to allow her to do. But after that, I would like her to try to read it quickly.
Well, I'm almost wondering if part of this is missing, but because
You
there's
skipped over
a
10 words.
huge
Oh, God.
blank spot right here.
wait.
All the effort, all the
Joe, while he was drinking, came down with whiteout and just picked up every piece of paper. See how she does now.
does that explain the gelatinous fluid on top of your iPad?
Yes.
All right, you ready?
Born ready.
Okay. Imagine an imaginary menagerie manager managing an imaginary menagerie.
Oh God, that just hurt my head.
I was going to say, yeah, that's...
Could you give that to us one more time?
Oh God.
No, I only had to read it once.
Don't do it again.
Oh, please.
All I heard was menagerie.
There is a menagerie in there.
Menagerie. That's all I heard.
Okay.
Yep.
Imagine an imaginary menagerie
Stop.
manager managing the menagerie.
That's not even like she's reading.
I was going to say, imagine menagerie.
Hey, I didn't write it, okay?
I didn't either. I transcribed.
I can't, that's one of the worst things ever.
No, hold on. Nick, will you give it a shot?
Sounds like an angry cat.
Sound like a Tonkinese cat.
Oh God. I just keep hearing Danielle. I can't even talk. There's no way.
Corey?
There's no.
No? No?
It was so monotone. Menagerie.
I should have done that. Just put the word menagerie up there 12 times. Menagerie.
Oh God.
All right, that was Danielle's word box.
That was one of the best ones.
She came out of the gate last week, Nick. You had pounced all over it. She's like, these are just too easy for me. I'm like, whoa, what do you mean?
Did I say that?
Yes, right off the bat. And then she pulled one where she's like, there's no vowels in this word. Like, there's no word with no vowels.
They didn't look like there was any vowels.
Yeah, she goes, either there's no vowels or this is a U. I'm like, which one do you think that is
Was
more
it
likely?
Was it an umlaut?
It was not. It was a U.
It wasn't you. I spoke of the.
It was Stup.
Was it
Stoop.
stoop in exante?
Stup. No accents at all.
Did that piece of paper only say Menagerie a bunch of times?
And
You just looked at it.
And what?
And imagining. It had a lot of imagining in it.
You just looked at it before Cory googled it up. It's sitting right there.
Corey seemed very angry at it. It's now in a tiny ball on the table.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think
It's very defensive.
He's like, I don't ever want to hear that noise.
I wouldn't be upset if I didn't.
Menageries. Oh,
Oh,
God.
easy. There you go.
Yeah, easy, buddy.
I did make sure to note on episode 52 when Bob flung me.
Double
Double hinged. that was his
Clean would
excuse.
apply that. I was like,
That was his excuse too. There's some sort of double hinge on here.
Ooh, shot glasses.
Yep.
I don't know if you noticed, sir, but Krabby brought us a congratulatory for missing the 50th. Fifth Fireball.
Yeah, I told Nick about it the day after.
That's nice.
And
Yeah, super cool.
that night, oh, I guess I'm going to go home and have some Fireball. Like, I don't think that's just yours.
Uh-oh.
That's right. Speaking of super
Multiple
cool.
sex
Some
toys
sort
out
of a
there.
votive candle holder here I'm going to be drinking out of.
Bob brought the funny tonight.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we just let these melt on the table.
Here,
We're now going to
I'm
do
not gonna drink it.
four
We're not
rounds of
having
shots.
No.
All in a row.
Do you want a shot?
Do you want to just lick the glass?
We've got.
Oh, if she puts her tongue in there, will it stick?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Danielle.
It might make that sentence sound better.
Come on, Danielle. You could do it.
I'm just hoping Corey doesn't put him in his pants.
You're no fun.
Sorry.
You're no fun anymore.
You just made me read imagining menageries and.
Stop it.
Seriously? I can't listen to it again.
I hope that tongue twister enters the bedroom. Like
Ugh.
in a rotation.
No.
Corey's really been bugging me.
Ah.
Corey's really been bugging me for sex, so I just read that sentence. Suddenly, he no longer wants to do it.
Okay, that's enough.
Right.
Oh. All right. So, if you're listening to this podcast, and by your silence, I'll take it that's a yes. What Nick's got here are
No
some
one's speaking up.
some ice shot glasses from a mold.
Yep.
A mold as old as time. A mold that was passed down from his great grandfather.
If that's the case, I don't think
Silas Bader,
putting my lips on this, this ice glass.
Ready?
who somehow mastered the art of silicone
I would
ice
say
molds.
that silicone is 150 years old.
Let's hope.
I was worried if you
I would say
cheers me, it's
gonna
gonna
shatter.
Shatter.
Fire and ice. Let's go.
All right,
Salute.
to the Schnozzcast. Menagerie shot.
Whoa.
There's a Schnozzcast.
That could be the coldest shot I've ever had.
You are welcome. So now I'll put them back in the freezer.
I was gonna
That's
say.
because they're gonna melt all over the table.
I'm glad he didn't do the old waitress. I'll grab those.
Yeah, I'll get it.
He's got it. Being a dick.
All right.
Oh yeah, got the juices flowing.
Ooh-wee.
We do enough of those. The opening inside the shot glass isn't going to be that big anymore. It's just gonna, fireball's just going to start to freeze to the side.
All right, so we went out last night out to Uncle Ray's to have yet another celebratory round with the birthday boy. So I'd like the birthday boy to kind of give us a breakdown. What were your thoughts? How'd you feel? Impressions?
First and foremost,
Good memories?
I don't
Bad
know
memories?
whose doing it was or if it was a group effort, but Thank you guys for paying the tab.
You know, that reservation was made by Nick's great-great-great-grandfather, Silas Bader, back in the 1800s.
Along with the silicone mold.
Yeah, he made the mold and then he reserved a table for you at Ray's.
Oh.
100 years in the future.
Yeah, it was a group effort, wasn't it?
I think he made the reservation.
No, not the reservation.
You mean the showing up and the
Oh.
yay? Yeah, I guess it was a group of us, technically.
No, whoever paid the tab.
Oh, your tab?
Yes.
Oh, your tab wasn't very much.
No.
Your tab was easy. In fact, I thought about it afterward. I'm like, why didn't I split it with you? I should have just paid it. Because I hadn't yet looked at my tab, which Olivia snaked away from me, which was like triple that. So I'm like, I probably.
So she paid yours.
Yeah. Well, ours. She paid ours. Yeah. There was no fight.
That was nice.
There's a battle I lost. Yeah, it was very, very kind of her. But yeah, you're too. So you.
Nobody paid mine. So.
Not even you?
Probably. I probably paid it.
That's what he was doing today. He was washing dishes at Ray's to make it for the party. Nick had the great idea though, where he's like, "Hey, you know what? Instead of doing," everybody goes like, "That's well, I'll take a round of shots." We buy like 12 shots. Mm-hmm. He's like, "Why don't everybody just buy a shot for you and buy a shot for Cory together? You two do one clink, and then that's it." Because the one who really needs to be doing the shots is you, birthday boy, not us. Like I don't need to be doing 12 shots. Nick doesn't need to be doing 12 shots. So he sent that out as a text, and I thought it was a fantastic idea. I'm like, why have we thought about this before? This is genius.
Yep.
When I did kind of feel bad at first because I didn't realize that was the plan. So
You're too busy just
well,
throwing shots back.
even like when Heather came over, she just had 4 for one for Don, one for Nick, one for me, and one for herself, and I was like, oh, I feel kind of bad for Tony and everyone, but.
No, but that was the genius part about it. He'd already sent it out, so everybody kind of. I know I was sitting right next to you. I'm like, oh, this is a great idea. I don't know if everybody else read the text, but
Most everybody, I think everyone but Don.
Yeah.
Don and Joe, I think, because I remember Don was like, I was looking across the table like, what the fuck? I keep buying all these shots. Nobody's fucking buying them.
that is the downside. If you don't read the text, you gotta get screwed.
He kept buying, and he kept looking across the table like.
I didn't even notice all that. Was he giving like me the stink eye?
He was looking at all of us like, I guess I'll carry this. I guess I'll fucking keep this ship afloat. You know, like what the fuck? Like
I feel so bad now. I shouldn't, but I do for some reason.
You should read his text.
That's true.
I know I sent it out, and everyone was like, oh.
Yeah, I thought it was genius.
I'm like, the goal tonight is that it's Cory's birthday, and Cory needs to get fucked up.
Yeah, and he was.
So I was like, don't even say anything to him. Just everyone start one-on-one buying. And I remember because at a certain point he had shots backed up.
Well, that's why your bill was so low, because you would order a drink and a shot with every round, of course, like you always do. But then someone like me or Nick or Tony or someone would go like, hey, I want to buy a round. And they would say like, oh, he's already ordered one. He's like, well, that's mine. Then I'll put that in my tab. So by the time your tab came out, it was like $13.
Oh.
You know, some shit. That's actually not true. But.
Jason just took care of everything.
Oh, well, no. But he did buy
he did buy it, yeah.
Yeah, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, what did he buy a round of?
I have no idea.
That
Antifreeze?
Oh, yeah, whatever that was.
I've never...
Kind of a...
Blueberry-ish something.
I remember toasting you going...
It kind of tasted like a
if we don't
sweet
live
tart
through
or
this.
something.
Yeah.
It what?
It tasted like a sweet tart or something.
Yeah. I'm like, this... Hey, man, we got to get rid of that premix.
That's probably more true.
Yeah.
Because isn't there a sweet tart shot or something that's
Yeah.
But I
either
don't-
like purple or sweeter? And
There's a
this was
Pixie
more
Stick
like-
one.
Yes, maybe that's it.
We haven't done the Pixie Stick in a while.
That's a really good shot, too. I always forget about it.
Yeah, because remember when Cory bought all those Pixie Sticks and put them in the container for Angie to put on the rim?
Oh, yeah.
Where is that container?
You were single-minded about that night, were you?
About
The Pixie Stick shots.
Yes.
Yeah. It was like a mission you were on.
Well, yeah, and then who?
I came up with the idea.
Yeah, but someone bought like a gallon bag of Pixie Sticks.
You said you and Angie sat and ripped open Pixie Sticks and poured them in the container.
Yes.
All that.
That's it. We literally sat there cutting open,
Yeah.
and like we tried to do it like in a bundle too, but that started getting a little too messy and it wasn't working out as well. So we just individually tearing them open and dumping them in the little container.
Because I remember I tasted it the one night and I was like, hey, some of my inventions are currently already
taken.
Are already inventions. Some are brilliant. Most are stupid. And I remember I was like, well, what you should do this tastes like a Pixie Stick, so you should rim the glass. And Pixie, no. And then, like, during the week, since Cory was up there Monday through Friday, he was like, oh, guess what I did the other day? I'm like, so she shows me this container. I'm like, that's it? You're like, yeah, Pixie Sticks, like 1,500 Pixie Sticks. Like, what is that?
And you were like, it was all gone.
Yep.
It was 3.5 hours of work.
Right. And all of a sudden it was gone.
I called off work to do that.
To this day, my fingers are still have a blue tint to them.
You spot in the bar that's slightly sticky to this day.
That's right.
So it's so good time then?
Oh yes, thank you guys very much. It was a very good time.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I'm like, I was kind of blown away because people didn't really respond that they were coming. And then I showed up and Dawn she's like, hey, she's like, got the big party tonight. And I'm like,
Is it though?
And she's got this table and
What's
it's
your name?
reserved and it's this really long table and it's got like reserved for Cory, like, and everything like that.
Two seats at the
And,
bar.
like,
I didn't say
wait-
reserve for Cory.
It said reserved.
Reserved for party.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, like, the waitresses, like Rosie and her, and like everyone kept walking over and they're like, so how many are coming tonight?
Did Jason staff up for like a party of 100 or something like that?
I don't know, but I
I
remember
don't think so, no, because Heather was leaving anyways.
I was
That's right.
I was like, well, she said at the beginning of the night, she goes, I was told I couldn't leave. I was like, oh, okay.
Rosie was?
No, Heather.
Oh, Heather.
So
I think Jason tells her that every shift she has, to be honest with you.
he also tells her she can't drink.
Right. And both those go out the window.
Yeah,
very
neither of
quickly.
them turned out to be true very quickly.
But it was funny because I mean they both were like, oh, we're making money tonight. Like they came to me like with these big eyes, like, okay, what time is everyone getting here? And I'm
Who
like,
did they, what sort of captains of industry did they expect
I'm
to
like-
show up at your birthday?
I had no. I
I
asked
think
Bob.
Bezos is going to be here.
Yeah,
and-
I asked Bob. I'm like, oh, you want me to pick you up? Oh no, I'm gonna be with Audrey or whatever her name is. He said, and
Olivia.
yeah, and
You know this is on the internet forever. That's really. Oh, let's move on.
and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna be with her, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, I'm like, hey, just found out Tony's getting off work early, so we're going up around 10. He's like, cool. Oh, okay. So I have no idea when he's showing up. So Tony and I show up, and we're like these two kids sitting at the adult table. You know, there's this giant long table, and it's just the two of us on one side, and everyone's like, when's the party gonna get here? I'm like, I don't know that there's gonna be a party. And slowly, like, people that didn't even respond just start showing up. Like, when Ken came in the door, I was like, oh my God.
He called me.
Yeah.
And, hey man, what are you doing?
Actually, he went,
Yes.
You're like, who is this?
I'm like, hey,
So,
what's going
is that
on?
how you guys don't know?
And that's what he said. He's like, oh hey, are you guys still at race? I'm like, yeah, Ken, I just got off work. Like, I've only been here for like 10 minutes.
So is it Cory's birthday?
That kills me every time.
Oh yeah, I've only been here for 10 minutes. He's like, oh, okay, I'll be right there.
That's very. Is that not very similar to the Peter Griffin?
Yes.
Ken is very
Animated.
Griffiny.
Griffiny, yes.
Sorry, Cory.
But it's weird because Ken, like, has, it's so hit or miss with Ken. Like, you'll try and buy him a shot. Like last night, he's like, I'm going to take one here for my buddy and a shot of water. I'm like, what? Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm like, well, is there something else that you want? No, I'm good. And I'm like, what? But then on the podcast, he's like downing 7 shots of beer. I said, every other time, like, I can't figure out the magic key to make you drink. And he's like, no, they're just going down smooth. I'm like, what? So last night, he wouldn't do any. You know, it's like, it doesn't make any, a shot of water. What?
In a dirty glass.
I was going to smack him across the face if he wasn't such a intimidating man.
Did you see Hill walk in?
I did.
Hill walked in and
I felt bad.
I did. Well,
I felt like asking him to sit down. I was going to, but then I was like,
No.
yeah, Cory,
Well, look,
I don't know if this
but
would make the experience
I thought about
better.
the same thing too, but you didn't ask anybody else to sit down. Like everybody else just sat down. Like he could have sat down.
Who? Everyone else who?
Don,
They were invited.
Zeke.
Hill wasn't invited.
But Hill didn't know that. These are just all the regulars at the bar. I mean, other than Zeke and Tony, everybody else is already at the bar.
There's 3 or 4 tables pushed together in a thing that says reserved. I'm sure he's assuming that, we have a get-together. Oh, look at this long table, and we all just happen to show up together. Let's all sit down. No, I think he knew something was going on. I'm sure he probably, with absolutely no one to talk to, he probably talked to the bartender, and she said, yeah, they're having a party for Cory. Because I remember I looked up at one point, and the entire bar was empty, and we have this huge table of people. And he was like,
oh, no. Was he?
No, to be honest with you, though, I think he's the type, he doesn't, he'll talk with you for a little bit, but then after a while, he just kind of minds his own business. And
yeah, but
I
should probably mention, though, that pretty early on after he got there, Olivia and I went out front, and he came out, and Joe was out there as well, and he came out, he's like, oh, this is a private party? I go, yeah.
Wow.
So I'd appreciate it if you just kind of fucked off across the street while we're talking. And he's like, okay. And he starts walking. I'm like, dude, I'm kidding.
I was going to say, hopefully you told me you're kidding.
Right, but he was about ready to go across the street.
No, he was
yes,
not.
I swear to God.
There's no way.
He looked me in the eyes and was like, okay.
Okay, I'll go play in traffic.
No, buddy, I'm totally kidding. It's fine.
Hey, Wansi, lay down in the middle of a warrant.
How do you even remember this?
Because it struck me as being like, dude, I really didn't mean for you to go across the street.
I know, but normally, raises like a Faraday cage with your memory. Like, you just don't.
I honestly didn't. I didn't drink a lot.
You don't remember anything.
I didn't drink a ton. I mean, I had shots.
Is that because we were buying one-on-one shots with Cory?
Probably. I mean, I don't know about you. Well, yeah, you were kind of lit as well.
Yeah. Well, I've been there since 10.
That's true.
Well, 10:30.
Well,
I had a very long heart week. Since last Wednesday.
Do you want a back rub or something?
Not from anyone in this room.
Okay. I wasn't sure where that was going. Guys had a hard week. If you could just, a little something.
Zip. Oh, Nick.
A couple more weeks of winter, I
I
said.
had a long, hard week, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh boy, I knew she had more of this cologne.
Oh, to Faraday.
Right.
It'll make all those memories go away.
You won't even remember it.
But yeah,
that's just called GHB.
But I did tell Bob, I said, when I looked around, everybody was involved, in some sort of conversation with somebody. Like Tony was talking to Cory, and Danielle was talking to Kristen, and Bob was talking to Aubrey, and
dude, Olivia,
and
killing me.
Ken's talking to me, and everyone's laughing and smiling, and I'm like, wow, everyone's having a really good time.
And I thought Nick gave himself credit for all that.
It's like, look what I have created.
That's right. It was like the Last Supper.
I am the hero of the day.
None of this would be happening if it wasn't for me.
Yep.
That's right.
All thanks to me.
Well, I mean, if you think about it.
I would rather not.
If you think about
I'm trying not to.
Had I not
while you're speaking.
Had I not became friends with Cory. None of those people.
Is this like a It's a Wonderful Life scenario? Let's imagine what Cory's life would be like if he'd never met Nick Bader.
Oh, could you call it a life?
It'd be a show of a life.
I'm so glad you chose to get really close to the microphone while you were masticating. Oh, crackers and cheese?
Well, did you get a gerbil in the house? A hamster? A hamster? He likes the microphone? Cool.
Wait, why have we never associated Cory with a gerbil before?
Sometimes these magical things just happen.
Which makes me think we're onto something now.
Yeah.
It's because you don't see gerbils run either.
What are you talking about? They get in a wheel and they go for crazy.
They go for crazy?
Let's go for crazy.
Isn't it horrible when bad things happen to good sentences?
Sometimes I feel so many of the one-liners here are almost unconsciously designed to make sure that these two never have sex again.
They go for crazy.
See, Cory's like a gerbil. I mean, let's give Danielle some tongue twisters that's really gonna turn Cory's stomach.
They're gonna
Let's send them home. Just
Go
so
home.
like the opposite sides of the car.
I was gonna say they're gonna go home and go to
God.
separate sides of the house.
Yeah, right.
God, I don't even want to look at you, talk to you, hear you. Can't get that gerbil thing out of my head.
Hey, babe, what are we doing this weekend? I think we have the podcast on Saturday.
Right. Why don't we
Let's have sex now.
let's have a night
After
away
that
from each
podcast.
other. Podcast night's a very dry day.
You cannot refer.
I know. Jesus.
What's that?
I didn't say
I don't even know how to word it right now, to be honest with you.
Let's just not then.
But speaking of
Speaking of dry,
the podcast, we were at a surprise birthday party before here, and one of the guys sitting at the table actually overheard that we were coming here to do the podcast, and he grabbed his phone and immediately subscribed.
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was
Did you tell him the name of the podcast?
My mom must have.
Yeah, we're going home to do the Joe Rogan podcast. If you could just subscribe.
like and subscribe to that.
Right.
No, my mom actually told him the name of
Yeah.
it.
Was he like, what?
I don't think.
The what? The Schnippelcast?
Danielle had to have someone else tell what the name was because
I saw him typing a bunch of C's and H's.
Will
Like,
you
I
tell
can
him?
say it.
Tell him what the name is because I can't.
I can say this.
Danielle, did you let him know the email?
No. Because I don't know the email.
She was so.
How did she diffuse the joke so quickly?
Schnozzcastpodcast@yahoo.com.
I know she was so genuine too. She's like, well, it's Schnozzcast podcast at. Then we're like, no. She's like, I
At AOL.com.
don't know. I'm like, no wonder we don't get that many emails. Poor son of a bitch that has Schnozzcastpodcast@yahoo.com is just overflowing with.
I send them one every day. They have never read a single email of mine. Millions of devoted listeners trying to get a hold of us.
My mom read him the name.
We weren't at the table anymore.
You can subscribe to us on Napster. And
Napster still exists.
And LimeWire.
yeah, I heard. I was kind of blown away.
How Harry gets all his music.
Yep.
Harry, you still have Napster?
This is the one person single-handedly keeping Napster in business. All right, guys. I think we've glad to convene this meeting. Only our business. I think we're gonna try to bring this whole thing to a close. It's been a great ride. Hold on. There's a guy in Michigan. Wait. What? All right. Champagne for everybody. We're still in business.
Everything's back online,
Yeah,
boys.
turn that server back on.
I don't know what's going on.
The conference room at Napster.
Oh, okay. You know how many people shut off their streaming services? They're like, they're ending already? All right. Boop.
I'll tell you how many. 0.
We just lost a lot
You
of
gotta
viewers.
you gotta have listeners to have people shut us off.
They're like, that was quick. Click.
I think we just got someone from India.
Yeah,
I'm just being, that's a very stereotypical name.
that is a very stereotypical name. I take it it's not Joe or Bill.
Nope. Gurpreet Singh.
Hello, Gurpreet.
It's probably pronounced Singe.
No, I don't think it is.
I don't think
Sing?
so. Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah, I'm agree with Cory on that one.
Well, thank you, sir.
Well, hello, welcome. If I knew how to do your native language, I would, but I don't. So,
It's right.
welcome.
We don't even know what their native language. It could be.
It's not English.
They could be American.
It's not English.
So he probably works down the street at
Yeah,
Ford or
he's-
something.
Yeah, he's like, thanks a lot, assholes. I speak English.
Third generation American.
Thanks.
Speak better English than you, motherfucker.
My parents were born in Germany and Ireland, and I don't know what you're talking about. They just like the name.
Right.
It's just had a certain ring.
Thanks a lot,
Rolled off the
guys.
tongue. Declan and Mary, what did you name your child? I think we're gonna go with Capri.
Declan.
I'm trying to think
Out of all the names.
because I just said Irish and German, the third
that's
generation
right.
American.
I guess Declan's a little Irish.
It's a lot Irish.
It was either Liam,
Or,
Connor.
yeah. Connor's very Americanized now.
Now, yeah.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Connor.
Well, if you're going to put that fucking stank on it with the pronunciation,
Wow.
then yeah, I suppose you're right.
I apologize to any of our listeners from the UK.
We don't have any listeners in the UK. I'm surprised we have one from America.
He says, hello, yes, it's true. Which part's true? That we're being stereotypical or you don't speak English?
Well, we certainly don't want
He
to.
just wrote English. As Cory reads it on.
I mean,
I don't know how to talk to this person.
It's getting a little hot in here. Yeah. Well, whatever the case, Capri, we say welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in.
We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
We have had several people from different countries say that they don't come to listen to us, but to practice their English.
We imagine that's what they said, but it was in some sort of language.
Someone did say that. Someone
Some
did
sort
say
of garbled.
like, this is good for practicing my
oh,
English.
that's right, yeah.
Did
I
they
do
really
remember
say
Yeah,
that.
there was a guy that made a comment.
I don't know if
like
I'm
that.
insulted or not, but
I feel like I shouldn't be. Maybe I should.
and they listen to us for a couple minutes. They're like, yeah, this isn't I don't need to be emulating any part of this.
Right. Well, we're nobody's role model, that's for sure.
Oh, we said we did pronounce his name correctly, so yes, it is Sing, not Singe.
Oh, okay. Well, he did say we. So
The collective we.
it could have been one or the other.
Bob and I.
The collective.
Agree to disagree.
The colloquial we.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Moving right along.
Sorry. Move and right along.
Keep this rig rolling.
In what way are we going to do that?
Um,
I feel this is the most fly by the seat of our pants, I think, episode we've done in a long time.
yeah, it's going.
Nothing wrong with
It's
that.
going well.
I think we need to let Danielle have the table. I think we've talked too much,
No, I'm good.
and I feel like there is a Costco story on the horizon.
Ooh. Are you saying it's time to do maybe a little bit of news? I know that you have a story. I know that you have a story.
I do.
So I'll let you guys right now. 3-minute cage match. Fight it out. Winner gets to go first.
I don't have a story.
Bob sent
do.
you a story.
I sent it to you.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'll go first because he doesn't.
Danielle,
know
if you would go
stories.
first, that would be fantastic. So
Appreciate
right now, hey Capri and everyone else in Podbean, hold on to your goddamn hats because you're in for a treat. We're going to do another edition of Booze News. This is the news part. We've been handling the booze this whole time and doing it quite well. We've got a lot of practice, but Danielle's got a news article here that she's going to read and take it away.
All right, this is the headline. Foiled lobster truck heist in Charleston was a very Boston experience for everyone involved.
All right, let's hear a little bit more about that.
It says a thief stole thousands of dollars in crustaceans, then crashed into another lobster truck.
The most Boston of experiences.
Yes. So it was an overnight crew that was dealing with a wholesale dealer. It happened at 12:38 a.m. They stole $10,000 worth of fresh Boston lobster.
Ooh. I could see where they were coming from.
Yeah. Can't really be mad at them.
The Schnozzcast does not condone crustacean theft in any way.
I just have to read like how they wrote it because their wording is very creative. It says, it had been schlepped into.
It had been what?
Schlepped.
Yeah, what?
Schlepped.
What happened to it?
It got schlepped.
We've schlepped.
As if a scene cooked up by a particularly lazy scriptwriter, a thief emerged from nowhere and jumped into the driver's seat and sped off with the loot. So they jump into another vehicle and chase this car down.
When they schlepped it?
Yep, when they schlepped it.
Post schlep?
Yeah. Apparently, though, this wasn't the person who stole the lobster and truck. This wasn't the first time that he's stolen a vehicle.
He's every weekend stealing lobster
Aw,
trucks.
Steve! Stop stealing the damn lobster truck.
No, it said in 2010 he stole a sheriff's van and drove off with the vehicle, leading the police on a 3-day manhunt before they tracked him down. It's not a very long article. They did get it all back, though.
They did?
Can you sell that still?
What?
I mean, he just ran into another truck with it. He didn't touch any of it.
Yeah. Guys.
I mean, I guess I don't.
What?
But yeah,
All right, I like that story. Thank you.
no problem.
No, I want lobster.
I didn't look at that. You sent a video earlier, Nick, about cooking. There's like a Gordon Ramsay cooking king crab legs.
Yeah.
Link.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but was there something in particular you wanted that you sent it about?
Yeah, I'll tell you all that.
Okay.
Time for another shot.
Oh shit! I do have a news story. I sent 2 of them, but I have a 3rd one. Thank you.
Your glass is already bending.
Ooh.
What?
Your glass
Warping?
is already warping. It's like angled in.
Oh boy.
Oh well. Dun, 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 dun. Trouble never wants to come around
Oh my God. Stop.
when he hears that.
What is going on?
Here he comes to save the day.
No. Ready?
Oh, we're born ready, sir.
So sorry for everyone that just had to hear that.
Ooh,
It's melting.
it is slippery in my hands. Yeah, there we go. Very well. Well done. Smooth.
Son of a bitch.
Are you rethinking the wisdom of this frozen shot glass gambit? All right. I'll go next while Nick is doing that. So I have a news story, and I'll give you the title. David Lee Roth once had a fake phone number that almost ruined a marriage.
Had a fake phone number?
Yep.
Go on.
All right.
Listen.
Author Nancy French remembered how David Lee Roth nearly inadvertently ruined her fledgling marriage. She was about to be married to a man named David, no surprise, whom she met at age 20 and married soon after. At the time, many of her friends and family were concerned about the quick engagement, but French said she brushed them aside and dove into the relationship. All seemed well at first when the pair moved to New York City, but within 1 week, a mysterious stream of women began to call the French's phone asking to speak with David. The calls were constant, and the women on the other line would insist they'd just seen David the other day, while French's husband said they were simply dialing the wrong number. French admitted that she began to worry that her new spouse was secretly living a double life, and that the concerns of her friends and family had been legitimate. The mystery finally unraveled when a man called for David one day and grew testy as he spoke with French, saying things like, "All work should go through me. And I've known David for years." When French identified herself as David's wife, the man on the phone began to worry, asking, "Why didn't he tell me about you? And are you pregnant?" Expecting a little David Lee? The kid will really hurt our comeback.
Well, that's not
It was the mention of David Lee that finally cleared things up. The man on the phone was David Lee Roth's agent. As it turned out, Roth had changed his phone number right before French and her husband had moved to Manhattan, but the rock star had continued to hand out his old number, which was their number, to women he met, while also ostensibly forgetting to tell other people close to him where they could reach him. When rumors of Van Halen getting back together started flying, our phone rang with congratulations and invitations to exclusive parties, French wrote, adding, "At one point, we even fielded a call from Roth's dad."
Jesus. His dad didn't even know his new number.
No, didn't know his new number. French wrote that her marriage survived not only the phone number mix-up, but far more trying times. "Over the years, I've learned that our desire for others does not mean we're an inconvenience or a problem to be solved," she said. As beautifully described in the immortal words of Van Halen's hit song, you got to roll to the punches to get to what's real. Yeah.
Well, that's quite interesting.
Yeah, I thought so.
Well, just go figure his name happened just to be David too. So.
Right.
I really screwed everything
Yeah,
up.
right. Exactly what are the odds?
Why are these women calling for you, David?
Right.
I don't know what's what. No, only you, babe. I'm only in love with you. You son of a bitch.
Right.
I see what's going on here.
Call 15 times a day.
Yeah, you're screwing all these women. And then also fronting an 80s rock band.
Where are you hiding all the money, Dave?
Damn you to hell.
Yeah, to answer your question, the video that I sent you guys, I don't know, did you look at it?
I saw it too, but I didn't have a chance to actually watch it.
Yeah, so Gordon Ramsay, world-renowned chef.
For those of you who don't know Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, so he's like, I want to go and find the freshest king crab legs that I could possibly find. Blah 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 blah. So I went to
That's not a bad Gordon Ramsay.
yeah, so I went to Norway. So he went to Norway to some bay, like inside like this sound or whatever, and it's all like frozen.
Okay.
Whatever. A bay. Went to a bay.
Whatever.
What's a bay inside of a
Sort
sound?
water.
We went down there that day.
Anyhow. So he went to this bay, and it's all like frozen
Is
over.
it full of hay? What is that? Dark
Yeah, top
shorts?
shorts. Sorry, go ahead.
My story started with these. So yeah, it's all frozen over, and apparently it's where like the king crabs migrate, like underneath this frozen lake, or somehow some kind of inlet or whatever it is.
So these aren't Alaskan king crabs, Norwegian king
Yeah,
crabs?
mhm.
Is there a difference between the two, I think?
I'm
Size-wise, quality-wise?
not sure. I
Okay.
have no idea, but apparently that's where to go to get king crab. Like, to
Okay.
get, yeah. And so we went with these two local guides. They took them on snowmobiles. They went out onto the middle of this bay, this frozen bay, and they used an auger, drilled down, and then they made a giant hole that they could actually get into, because they said to get them, you have to go down and actually get them.
Yeah.
So he's like, little did I know that there's actually hundreds of thousands of king crab below us right now. And they make this whole thing, and he puts on a dry suit,
Okay.
and they just send him down, which is, as he exclaimed, very disorientating. Because you're under
Thank you.
ice, so it's hard to see anything, and sometimes people panic, and there's
That's true.
only
Not
one.
knowing which end is up. or-
Yeah, and there's only one way in and one way out, and it can
Okay.
freeze over, and so it's pretty dangerous.
Right.
So he had said his big giant balls had turned into ice cubes. He said it's ghastly,
That's in the video?
absolutely very cold. So he puts on this dry suit, but by the way, your face is like still exposed and you're under the ice, so it's
Yeah.
like it's still got to be freezing cold. So he goes down, and it's just as far as the eyes can see, king crab on top of king crab on top of king crab, just everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's like their migration or whatever it is. And he went down there they're like, oh, so when you go down there, don't just grab them by the front. You're gonna have to grab one of the legs, or whatever. They're not
Right.
Australian, but anyhow. Norwegian went into British and then Australian, and I have no idea what they sound like.
I was kind of
Yeah.
hoping you do like a Mexican, like, oh,
Yeah.
you grabbed them by the leg.
So you have to go down and grab them by their leg. I was blown away.
That
So,
Norway-Mexico connection is stronger than I thought it was.
so they said that the front pincers can actually take off a finger. So
That
they
I've
said,
heard,
so
yeah.
they said if you grab them by their legs, they can't reach around because they're not long enough.
But if you don't grab by the legs, you
Mhm.
grab by, like, let's say the body, they will reach around and like try to get.
Yeah, they didn't recommend that. So
That's
he
scary shit.
he found one of them, and you just see him like swimming, and he grabs it, and this thing is like, apparently they can get like 6 feet long or whatever their wingspan is,
Right.
and he swims up to the top with it and throws it on the ice, and he's like, good lord, he's like, this, look at the size of this, this is crazy, I'm so cold.
Size of a tangerine.
Yeah. And his production crew had set up, they made a table out of snow on top of the ice and had everything he needed. So he literally took it out of the water, threw it on the ice, and he had this like snow kitchen, and he showed them how to make it. So he cooks it right there on top of the ice. And it's so cool. And he was showing these guys who live there and, you know, obviously know how to cook king crab. And he's like, he made a homemade mayonnaise with like egg and olive oil and all this stuff. And, you know, he had lemons and all capers and all this different stuff. But, you know, it just absolutely looked delicious. I'm like, God, could you imagine right out of the water? Because he had stated, he's like, you know, I've had it many, many times in my restaurants, you know, and being a chef, he's like, but I want to know how it tastes absolutely fresh. Mm-hmm. And if you notice, king crab is always red when you get it right. Mm-hmm. So I guess to preserve freshness, a lot of the crabbing boats cook it on the boat as soon as they catch it. They cook it and flash freeze it. Yeah, because you never, you know.
I actually have. I've heard that too. That with all the crab that you get. Like frozen crab, it's already pre-cooked, and they do it right on the boat.
Yeah, because it's brown. Crabs are brown just like lobsters are.
Okay.
So when you buy them like that, they're already cooked. So, and I guess I was like, that doesn't make any sense. You know, I know some shrimp is pre-cooked, but they said it's to preserve freshness, you know.
Wow.
Which I don't know why it would be different if you froze them, you know.
Well, now I want to watch a video.
It's cool. It's pretty sweet. It's actually the second time I saw it. It popped up again, so I watched it again.
Have either of you guys watched he's got another video on YouTube about cooking the perfect burger.
I like to watch
It's
him
like
on Master Chef and Hell's Kitchen.
I have watched Hell's Kitchen a couple of seasons, but he's got I'll send you guys a link. It's not a burger as much as it's like a steak sandwich. Ooh. How to cook the best steak sandwich. And he kind of walks through it, and it's really interesting the way
he's awesome. I started binging on like I never used to watch his stuff, and I'd always see the memes and everything on Facebook, and I'm like, this guy seems like a fucking idiot. You know, I don't want to watch this.
He can be a dick when he's like trying to, but it's for TV.
Yeah,
you know?
And I liked a lot of his stuff. Like people would go on Twitter and stuff and say, hey, Chef Ramsay, you know, at Gordon Ramsay, and they'd say, what do you think about my spaghetti, you know, and he became famous for just tearing people apart.
Spaghetti is shit.
Yeah, your spaghetti looks like it should be served in a prison, you know, or it looks like it was already eaten, you know, like, and he's been known, like, just with the general public, like, if you send him a picture, he'll just rip it apart and be like, but he's so knowledgeable, you know, in regards to being a chef.
Yeah.
And so I started binge watching Kitchen Nightmares.
Okay.
Not even knowing how old the show was. It's like 12 years old. I had no clue.
Really?
Yeah. And I started watching it, so I'm going to have to watch his other shows because I would imagine that they're kind of the same thing. But the Kitchen Nightmares show, and that would almost have to be my pick of the week if we're going to...
Yeah, I think we're going to try to get to that this week. You want to do it now?
Yeah, so I'll just do it just to piggy tail off of that.
The old piggy tailing.
Grown. But if you need something to watch, definitely check out Kitchen Nightmares. It's very...
Is it kind of like what was the one where they did...
It's
bar, like this is like a bar rescue for kitchens?
That was the next thing that was coming out of my mouth was that it absolutely 100% is a bar rescue for restaurants.
Okay.
So it's really cool. He comes in, and there's always kind of a theme to it. He comes in, he wants to try the food first before he looks at anything. He tries the food.
Okay.
9 times out of 10, he's like, "Oh my God, this is absolutely horrible," you know. And
but he does just as much yelling as, let's say, in like Hell's Kitchen or something.
Well, I haven't seen Hell's Kitchen, but oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, I think he does.
He freaks out.
Okay.
Some places he shut down. He's like, no, people shouldn't. You need to go out and tell these people to go home and pay for all this. I mean, he shuts it down because it's just a health risk. You know, some of the stuff he'll find like, you know, cockroaches and like chicken that's open, just sitting out.
That's
crazy. It's disgusting, and he gets so pissed because he eats there first.
Right.
And he's like, oh, I was just eating it. Are you fucking kidding me? He's like, I mean, he's the one that chose to do that. Right, but it's open for the public, so he wants to feel like the general public and be like, I'm not going to go look at this first and then try it. I'm going to eat it.
I will say, though, that I might be siding with Cory in this one, to say that if that's your role in a show called Kitchen Nightmares, I would say do all that investigative work first and then eat there. Or not, if you had to close it.
Right.
I mean, that's why he gets pissed, because he's like, well, there's other people eating here.
Yeah, but
You
he
know.
can still do that without putting himself and his own body at great personal risk.
Right.
Being there before he found out about all the cockroaches and shit.
Oh, but it's
And
so.
I mean, he kind of knows the premise of the show, so it's not like they're taking him to
That's
a
true.
5-star restaurant.
But
That's
it's
also
so funny because like he'll discover something like that, and you'll see him run off camera, and he'll start throwing up in the bathroom or whatever. He's like,
Oh, God.
They won't show it, but he's like, oh my God, and he'll go running,
See, that's a lot different than Hell's Kitchen, which is, I haven't seen every season, but I've seen a lot of them.
It's professional chefs.
Right, where he's kind of like sitting up in it's like if you were at the Fox Theater and you were sitting up in one of the boxes and you're just watching the show. He's not putting himself at any great personal risk. Like, yeah, he's getting chefs to
Right.
cook different dishes, and he's got to try them, but they've all been made in his
Right.
kitchen with his
Right.
ingredients at his level of, like, he's not going to put rotten chicken in his own kitchen.
Right.
So this seems like he's putting himself at a lot further
Oh,
risk.
oh, God.
Personal risk, health risk, by
He did.
doing this show.
The
The one
only
I-
show he doesn't yell on is MasterChef Junior with the kids. He's actually
Doesn't
really
yell at the kids?
No, he's
'Cause I
actually
kinda
like
heard that he did.
he gets not anywhere near like how he does on like Hell's Kitchen or anything. And he doesn't really yell. He kind of more like raises his
He
voice.
doesn't go all bitch cakes on those kids.
No. Mm-mm.
he's actually
Bitch cakes, copyright Bob Rankin.
I don't appreciate you pointing at me and saying bitch case.
Because you're the first person I think to steal my copyright for bitch cakes.
But
Make sure
it's,
you do.
it's funny, like you actually see like he's actually a really nice guy.
Oh yeah, he's super nice. And like he's had kids like they're making something and they screw up or they're like having like a panic attack and they start crying and he like runs over and starts helping them
together.
and trying to like help them get back on track and
Wow,
actually
that
like
is not
really
at all
nice.
so if you did that with the kids, why can't you do that with the adults?
Because why would you coddle an adult?
It's,
Because
it's so funny because like
Especially because they're professional chefs.
right.
Where these kids
professional,
aren't.
no, some of those chefs are like,
Some of them aren't.
some of those chefs are like, I've been the head
Trained
chef
myself or
at
whatever.
Miller's Burgers
Right.
for 15 years. And you're like, okay, but this is like an actual 4-star restaurant, 5-star restaurant.
Right.
His whole mindset on Kitchen Nightmares is to genuinely help people.
Right.
I mean, it's more than just a bar rescue. Like, bar rescue is cool, and he shows them what to do, but Gordon, like, takes the extra step,
Okay.
and he wants to fix their personal lives as well as the restaurant. And a lot of times, with family restaurants and things like that, there's one show that he said part of the problem was because this guy owned a restaurant at like 27 or 26 or something like that, and the owner, the one that actually put the money into it, is his girlfriend's dad.
Oh, so he kind of felt like
And he said that part of the problem was that you guys have been dating for like 6 years, and this is going to break you up.
right.
So he fixed it, and as a result, towards the end of the show, he married them on the show. Like,
Is he like a?
no, he brought in everything,
Oh, okay.
and he actually gave the guy the ring. He's like,
Okay.
this is the ring. This
I
is
thought
the
maybe he was like, ordained through the Universal
No,
Life
no.
Church or something like that.
And he bought this super expensive ring, and he's like, this is the final chapter in your life that needs to be tied up, and you need to do it. And
Wow,
they did it on
that's
the
good.
show, and he paid for the whole wedding, and he brought people in. I mean, so he does like really cool things, like really nice things. You can tell because like, especially like at the beginning of the shows, a lot of these guys want to fight him. They're fucking pissed. They try, and by the end of the show, they're hugging him, saying that was the best thing I could have ever had was him coming here,
right.
so.
But they're fighting him over because they just feel shamed,
Right.
embarrassed.
You don't want to
over
be
it.
told that you're doing a shitty job at your
Right.
life.
But they're trying to argue the point that there were fucking cockroaches in his
Right.
restaurant.
Not to mention that these people seek him out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're like, we need your help. And a lot of times he'll say, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this.
Yeah. There's plenty of other kitchens that can be saved.
Yep, but there's a couple guys, like some, Italian, really New York guys that are like, this guy's got a lot of fucking nerve coming in my restaurant talking to me like this. I would have knocked his fucking teeth out, you know what I mean? And he's like right in their face, you know.
And again, too, they signed up to be on the show, so...
Right.
I mean,
But he does, dude, he lays into people. I mean, like, he really lays into people.
Sometimes that's what people need.
People know what they're...
Why do you keep looking for that handle, dude? It's in the same place as it always was.
I feel like on a lot of reality TV, people like know what they signed up for until it happens to them, and they're like, "Wait a second,
Oh, God.
I don't like this."
Like, there's this one guy, he's like a bigger guy, but he's very docile, very laid back, just like doesn't care about anything. And he's like, so what is your special on the menu? What is the thing that you like to want to do? I don't know, I make a great panini. It's like, are you fucking joking? A bloody panini. And the stuff in the restaurant was horrible, so the rest of the episode, he's like, you bloody panini head, get your fucking ass out of the kitchen, and you know, blah, blah. And the guys start getting fucking pissed. He's like, God, fucking name calling me, blah, blah, blah. He's like, you're an idiot, you're a bloody giant fucking idiot, you know, like, panini head. And I'm like, I actually started feeling bad for the guy, because he was like a really like docile, you could tell, and by the end of the show, the guy was like, I'm gonna fucking strangle him, you know, but then towards the end, he's hugging them, and you turn the restaurant around. Brownies on the water, St. Clair Shores.
Oh, was that in the show as well?
One of Tony's favorite places. I sent to Cory,
Yeah.
and that used to be what was it called? Jimmy's or Jack's?
Jimmy Jack's.
Jack's restaurant. He went there then.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was.
Did you watch it?
No, I didn't see the episode.
So basically, anything we send Cory, he just doesn't watch it.
Basically.
I looked at it, but I didn't watch it. But yeah, he went there, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. And one of the things that he did there was, he's like, what is wrong with you? You know, you've got fresh water. We're in the middle of all this fresh water, and you're not taking advantage of what's right here. You know, you're on the water. So he had local...
Sounds Australian to me.
I know, a little bit. So he had these local ice fishermen take him out, and they caught perch, and he incorporated that into the menu, and, you know.
Now, did the Norse folk on the show have a particular accent?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you that.
God damn it.
I'm not a dancing bear.
Come on. Oh, but you're more than willing to do Gordon Ramsay for fucking 20 straight minutes.
I like Gordon Ramsay.
Those Norse people are fine, too. All right, Cory, we're at about hour 12.
Take a break?
Yeah, I think I'd like to take a break. And the reason why I want to take a break is because I want to give a chance for our listeners to hear a little bit more of the music of Jack Morant, who provided us the intro and what will be the outro music for this episode. For all the episodes of our podcast from this point forward, we actually haven't taken a break in an episode for probably a month or more.
Fireman Jack.
Yeah, so I want a chance to put like another song. So if you're interested in trivia, or if you're interested in his music, which hopefully soon he'll put back up on iTunes. The name of his song, that's the intro and the outro for these episodes, is "Get Up, Get Down." I'll try to figure out which one I'm going to put for the interlude music while we take a break, but it'll be something different. So I just kind of want to give our listeners, like, hey, here's some more different stuff that Jack's done that you haven't heard. So if you're really interested, follow him at Instagram at the Jack Moran. But let's take a break, and we'll come back on Podbean and the audio version of this, the executive version of this podcast.
Ooh,
When we get back.
I guess I just won't do my news story. It's cool.
No, we'll come back. We'll do news story. I've done one. Nick's got one, and you've got one too.
And if you're lucky, if you're very lucky, Danielle will read that sentence again.
No, Danielle will not read that sentence again.
You can. It's right there,
I can
crumpled
throw it
in
in
a
the
ball.
garbage.
Menagerie.
It hasn't been thrown away,
No way. I can currently throw it in the garbage.
but now you don't have to because
Mine.
we've all memorized it.
All right.
What was the thing for risky business?
Did I read it?
Seen it?
No,
The movie?
I didn't read it either.
Never fucking mind. All right, we're taking a break.
See you on the back half.
See you. we're back.
Oh, hey.
Dude, stop chomping in the mic.
Whoa. An alligator trying to...
All right, Jabberjaws, if you want to go first, once you're done chewing your cud,
Trying to.
pick up on your news story.
Some chewy jerky.
Chewy jerky?
Mm-mm.
Just picture it
That
as...
sounds like a masturbatory adventure in space.
Picture it as either iceberg lettuce or carrots, and then think of the gerbil.
Oh. Again, I reiterate, I think our subconscious goal here somehow is to make sure these two never procreate.
It doesn't faze me at all, so.
No, you love that gerbil sex.
Whoa.
Wow.
I'm not going to answer that question.
I think the answer is I believe Cory's going to be sleeping on the couch.
He's sleeping at his house.
There you go.
Might as well be sleeping on the couch.
Yeah.
Right.
I was sleeping on the couch 45 minutes away.
He does like sleeping on the couch.
All right, so what do you got for us booze news-wise there, sir?
Well, let's just say you were a high school student, and it was your first day interning at NASA.
So it's 1981.
Oh, I read that.
Yeah. I didn't read the story, but I saw the headline.
So,
I'm interested to hear.
what would be something that you'd find absolutely insane, or something that could happen your first day?
The fucking vending machines at NASA would be amazing. Space pops.
NASA's on Earth.
Yeah, but they populate their vending machines from space.
Why do I have to eat astronaut food while I'm here on Earth?
All the Neopets and
How amazing would
freeze-dried ice
that be?
cream
Just
you can eat.
think about the
Cafeteria,
vending
that's all you
machines
can
at
get.
NASA. Yeah, just things that you're supposed to eat in 0 G's and Mars potatoes, and it's just really unbelievable.
Are those like company potatoes?
Oh, dude, they wish they had company potatoes on Mars.
All the urinals are just bags attached to the wall.
Yes. You get in there and they turn upside down. And
Oh God! Don't let it splash me in the face.
Happens every time.
Right.
what's wrong, Bill?
Sit here.
Fucking splash in the face again.
Oh God. Oh
How many
no.
times have I told you? Every time you go in the bathroom, you gotta watch out for the face splashing.
Been here 15 years.
I give up, sir. What's the greatest thing?
Crack open a space pop.
Well, if you happen to find a new planet, your first day interning at NASA, I think you'd be pretty locked in for a job.
The crazy part is, he didn't even touch a single telescope. Wow. Somehow found a new planet. That's great. Naked eye.
So it's
First try.
NASA's Planet Hunter satellite TESS has discovered an exoplanet orbiting 2 stars instead of 1.
Wait,
And it was
exoplanet? Okay. That's not as...
That's not a
Let's
real
not
planet.
celebrate you too
Not
much.
as exciting.
Yeah.
Well, you can't say that it is or isn't at this point, but it was identified by a high school intern. The announcement of the circumbinary planet prompted comparisons with Luke Skywalker's home world of Tatooine in the Star Wars movie
so
theater.
bad that you have to have me tell you to pronounce that. Oh, God.
With its bewitching double sunsets. But the newly founded planet's size alone, it is 6.9 times larger than Earth, almost the size of Saturn. Makes it unlikely to be livable.
Oh, way to go, dude.
Hey,
Discovering a planet that we can't use or live on.
Why is it not livable? Because it's bigger.
that I couldn't
Yeah,
answer.
because there's no moon,
Yeah,
for
perhaps we should
tides,
get
there's
another-
no water, there's no...
Perhaps we should get another high school student to explain it.
Probably. One of the stars.
In case you've set them up, I'll keep knocking them down.
Thanks. One of the stars is 10% bigger than our sun, while the other is cooler, dimmer, and only 1/3 the sun's mass.
Wah, wah, wah.
It was identified by Wolf Kuckier, unfortunate last name, a 17-year-old high school student who has had an internship with NASA starting last summer.
So what'd you do all summer, Wolf?
It's pronounced Ryan.
What?
But yeah, there's really going on. Just kind of explaining more stuff about the planet itself. But
Well, give us some details about the planet. And maybe there's some cosmologists out there in Podbean, some budding astrophysicists who are tuning into us. Perhaps there's some yawning blonde girls at the end of the table who would like you to stimulate their brain a little bit with some planetary knowledge.
Danielle does not like this story.
I have no problem with the story.
All right, Cory, what else you got?
Try. I didn't have
Circumference of the planet.
They go on quite a bit.
I didn't really have a chance to research
Well,
this prior to.
start anywhere. Just pick a paragraph.
Pick up.
Today, Junior.
That's No, I don't want to read it.
No, this the headline got me. The rest of the story didn't.
What was that last paragraph? Just read that
Here's the last paragraph.
TOI 700D is about 20% larger than Earth and orbits its star in 37 days. It receives 86% of the energy that Earth receives from the sun.
Ooh.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How about the paragraph above that? Was that more interesting shit?
Nope.
Nope. More about Wolf. Sorry, Ryan.
Well, I think it says the name is the illusion of a fairy tale. Hold on.
The name is the illusion of the fairy tale Goldilocks and the Three Bears, in which a young girl samples 3 bowls of porridge and finds that one is just right.
Well,
not too hot, not too
Wait,
cold.
so what's the name of the planet then?
Man.
Do we ever? You ever got to that part?
Well, the name of the planet.
Did you get to name it?
No, because they go by some sort of.
Fuck. What? If you discover a planet, shouldn't you get to name it?
NASA works.
That should be how it works.
Listen here, kid.
If you're
Right.
What's your name, Wolf?
if you got a
Okay.
telescope,
Planet.
if you got a telescope and you discover a star or a comet, you get to name that thing, right?
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, no. I think
An animal.
that's absolutely how it works. Right, an animal species, if you discover, part of the Latin name contains whatever verbiage you want it to contain.
Yeah, clearly
Yeah.
NASA goes
Why can't you do that at NASA?
by an index of.
Fucking NASA.
Schnoz planet.
Because that's how it works with comets.
That's my point. NASA, quit the program.
Why would you want to name a comet?
Oh, dude, I need a comment in a second.
I'm
Hot
sorry.
second. I'd name a comment in a second.
A comment?
Which would be. Thanks. There we go.
I'd have to give it some thought.
You're in Blandstone.
Guernicus Blandstonian.
Yeah.
So yeah, that,
See the comet Indy passing by our window tonight.
Shitting all over the cosmos.
It's a very large
With an
comet.
explosive tail. Alright, well clearly that's Cory's had enough of that stuff.
yeah. So the headline was better than the actual story.
I disagree. I feel like the story was good. I'm really disappointed in the NASA hierarchy and their decision making.
I mean, I would think though that you'd be pretty stoked if it was your first day as an intern and be like, oh, look what I discovered.
Exactly.
I mean, you pretty much kind of write your own way at that point, I would think.
Well, someone's got a pretty big ego now at NASA. Walk around with a certain kind of a strut through the lunchroom with all the sweet NASA vending machines going. Look. Oh, you want some chipped beef and toast on that tray there, sir? Look, bitch, I just discovered a planet. I need
Exactly.
a little something more than chipped beef on toast.
That sounds like a disgusting menu they have at NASA.
Well, if their vending machines aren't as
Space
good as I
pop
think
and
they are, then
chipped beef on toast.
You will be happy to know though you can buy your own NASA vending machine.
And what are the contents? Space pop?
Well, this one's only $9,398.
Wait, is just a vending machine with a big NASA sticker on it?
Oh no, it's just a frozen food section. I can see it.
NASA.
Cory.
All right, this has been a huge letdown.
Yeah, sorry.
Nick, you're gonna have to save the day.
I feel like I'm watching
again.
water circle the drain in a toilet.
Nick's got a news story though to close out the
Yeah,
first news.
yeah.
That's gonna save the day.
Bob's story was like a paragraph. And he gives me one that, like, my thumb started to hurt. I was
That wasn't a paragraph. That was
scrolling
many
so
paragraphs
much on my
that
phone.
I read. Now, I sent this story to Nick for two reasons. Number one, because I knew it would tickle Danielle's funny bone. And no one tickles Danielle's funny bone better than Nick Bader. Secondly, funny bone.
Still, it's...
There's no sexual undertones.
I beg to differ.
Secondly, I know Nick can take a long-ass story like that, maybe kind of similar to what Cory was looking at, and be able to very quickly pick out the high points and summarize it while he's reading. I have that kind of faith in him.
Oh, wow. Really setting us up for failure.
That's why I gave it to him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Fail away.
Let me clear my throat.
So this story is how Costco gained a cult following by breaking every rule in retail. So it says, on first impression, Costco makes no sense. It's a place where you can buy, in the course of one trip, a 27-pound bucket of mac and cheese, a patio table, a wedding dress, a casket, a handle of gin, a tank of gas, passport photo, and a sheepskin rug, a chicken coop, prescription medications, life insurance, and a $1.50 hot dog, and a $250,000 diamond ring.
You're welcome.
Where else do you need to go?
You're welcome, Schnozzcast audience. That's the genius in Nick Bader. Continue, sir.
Items sit on wooden pallets in dark, unmarked aisles. Brand selection is limited, and you pay $60 of an annual membership fee just to get in the door. The end goal is to cut off the fat around traditional retail to pass off the savings to the loyal customers and employees. This philosophy often anguishes Costco's shareholders, but has also learned company who has a cult following around the world. At a time when brick and mortar retail is crumbling at the feet of e-commerce, Costco has experienced steady growth. How did this nondescript chain of warehouse find success? A brief history of Costco. In 1954, an attorney named Sol Price inherited the vacant airport hangar in San Diego. He raised $50,000 in capital, stocked up on wholesale jewelry, furniture, and liquor, and launched FedMart.
Sorry, what?
FedMart.
Oh,
A warehouse-style store which government employees could pay a $2 membership fee to access the assortment of deals. By the time Sol sold FedMart in 1975, he'd grown into a $350 million per year, 40-location chain, and ushered in a new age of membership club retail. There's FedMart right there. Kind of looks like FedEx. So Sol wasn't done there. The following year, he launched Price Club, a one-stop shop that offered everything from car tires to dishwashers and at heavily discounted prices. Price Clubs went against the common grain of business school textbooks. It didn't advertise. Its stores were ugly, bare bone, and it refused to gratuitously mark up items. Among Sol's proteges was a young whippersnapper named Jim Sinegal. Sinegal began his career in retail as a 19-year-old bagger at FedMart, and over 2 decades worked his way up to the company's EVP of merchandising. He continued on Price Club, and by the 1980s, he was well steeped in Sol's strategies and ready to branch out on his own. September 1983, Sinegal and his pal Jeff Brotman launched...
Sorry, what?
Jeff Brotman launched the first Costco in Seattle, a giant retail warehouse modeled on Sol's unique principles. By 1993, Costco was such a looming threat that Price Club, its inspiration, agreed to a merger. The resulting company, Price Costco, this is getting ridiculous, was short-lived. 4 years later, it was rebranded simply as Costco, and Senegal assumed the throne. Today, Costco is one of the world's largest retailers, boasting 770-plus locations, 245,000 employees. Last year, it had more than $140 billion in sales. But unlike many of its counterparts on Fortune's Global 500 list, Costco has risen to the top by flying in the face of traditional wisdom. 1, it refuses to boost markups. 2,
That's fine. No, this is part of the strength of Nick Bader.
it charges people to enter its stores. And there's 3, it stocks massive volumes and only few products. It re-engineers products to be cheaper. Number 5, it realizes the economic incentive for treating employees well. 6, it values customers over its shareholders. And in other words, about twice as long as the shelf life on its 27-pound tubs of mac and cheese.
Hey, I'm sorry. Can you go back to, if you've gotten to the end, can you go back to the part about re-engineering products to make them cheaper?
Sure.
There's some good detail in there that I was kind of surprised to read. I had no idea. Scroll.
Yeah. So number 4 was it re-engineers products to make it cheaper. Because Costco stocks limited inventory in its massive amounts, it's extremely fickle about the vendors it chooses to work with. When Costco comes across products it likes, it often spends months working closely with the vendor and factories to both reduce the price of an item and to amp up its quality. In 2012, CNBC doc Costco Craze, a Costco buyer related one tale about a toy he found that retailed for $100. The company had the option of buying the unit for $50 wholesale and selling it for around $60, but this wasn't good enough. Over a period of months, Costco ended up working with the vendor and its factory to redesign the toy from the ground up, analyzing every part of the process for ways to cut costs. In the end, Costco got the vendor to reduce the price by 50% and sold it for $30. The profit margin Costco made from the toy, $30, was the same that it would have made at $60. The time and resources the company invested to lower the price were strictly the benefit of their shoppers. In another instance, re-engineering a container of cashews from a circle into a square shape allowed Costco to stack more items in a single truck, reducing the number of shipments by 24,000 pallets per year. For shoppers, this meant cheaper nuts, but Costco's most important initiative has nothing to do with products it sells.
That's crazy to me.
I always wondered why they came in square containers.
Now you know.
No, but now that you mention it.
I thought it was pretty interesting.
That is quite interesting.
I don't have a membership, but I have shopped there, and
how'd you get in?
I have ways.
Danielle wants to go now.
We have ways of getting into Costco.
Brustboot. What was his name?
Broten?
Bröten.
I like Costco.
I will tell you though.
So wait, what?
I said I do like Costco.
Oh, I thought you said I don't like. I'm like, oh my god.
My
Wait a
sweater.
second.
My
This
sweater.
whole
that I'm-
podcast makes no sense at all now. We aren't even doing this if you don't like
My
Costco.
sweater I'm wearing is from Costco.
I just assume that everything you're wearing is from Costco.
No, just this is.
Down to the podcast underwear.
No.
Bob's face.
I did learn something
Yeah.
very interesting about Costco though at the New Year's Eve party that we went to of her friends. You do not need a membership to walk in and buy their alcohol.
Really?
Yeah, you can buy
I
alcohol
thought they
and
looked
use
to
the
check
pharmacy.
membership at the door.
If
They
tell
do, but you tell them
if
you're
you tell them
going.
you're there to buy
I'm here for the booze.
purchase alcohol, they have to let you in and you can purchase it.
Alcohol and the pharmacy.
That's
Is
right.
it at the same prices that a member
Yes.
would get them? Why is that? That's weird.
Because you can't restrict people, I think, from buying alcohol.
If you sell it, you have to sell it to everybody.
I think so. Here, I'll look it up.
I was very interested to hear that because I'm like, oh, that's pretty awesome because
Yeah.
obviously you can get decent alcohol at a very low
Right.
price.
Right.
So I figured I'd throw that out to you in case you were driving by Costco and
A keg of Maker's Mark for
for the old crabby.
rock bottom prices. Is Krabby in that?
I don't know, but he should.
Wow. I did not know that at all.
That's why. It's because you can't, it's illegal to, in some states it's illegal to require a membership for alcohol purchases. So you can buy it even if you don't have a Costco membership.
God bless Michigan.
Nothing spruces Danielle up like a good Costco story.
I love
That's what I was
Costco.
getting
I'll look it up.
at.
I thought that was the reason, but that's
Let
why.
me just go to my bookmarked Costco
Costco.
FAQ section.
Same thing with like the pharmacy. You can't restrict people from buying medicine.
Really?
No.
That would be kind of shitty. I'm here to get my life-saving medicine.
Many people do many shitty things when you know they shouldn't.
Yeah.
To assume that, that'd be shitty to do that, therefore no one would, is kind of foolish.
Only our members can get the good meds.
Which I'd be interested to see like the different prices between like Costco's pharmacy and then another pharmacy.
I would have to say that the pharmacy prices aren't going to be different.
Never.
Pharmaceuticals are pharmaceuticals.
Danielle, what are the pharmacy prices at Costco?
I don't know, my heartburn medication, it was like $2.
Look it up.
When you say heartburn medication, do you mean Tums?
No,
Okay.
it's a prescription.
Prescription heartburn medication. That must be some serious fucking heartbreak.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, stopping
was-
your tracks, drop you to your knees?
It was happening every day for
Primico.
nothing was triggering it. I could eat nothing spicy that day and I would still have heartburn.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. What was
That
that?
was my heartburn.
Oh my God. I heard that on the monitors. Like, what?
It happens.
Yeah.
So I take omeprazole.
Gesundheit? What?
Omeprazole?
Yeah.
That's the name of the heartburn medication.
That's, you guys both take it?
Danielle takes cosmesprazole.
Costco Brazil.
Omeprazole.
Yep.
What do you think the name of the comet would be that Costco discovered? Dude, that's still you?
Yeah.
My God.
That's some spicy jelly's getting to me.
I guess. I hope that if Cory discovered a comet, we'd call it spicy jelly.
That'd be in the running.
Yeah.
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 Spicy
Like
jelly.
with
Up against
baby
what?
in it.
Spicy jelly.
What?
Cause everything now he names is like
Oh, right.
baby whatever.
A little baby spicy jelly.
Yeah.
Little baby Bobby Butler biscuits.
What?
It's an inside joke
Okay.
with some of the people at work, but
It's really not.
I see.
well,
You know,
really
even
is.
if you're on the inside, it's confusing sometimes.
I can see that.
But today we were getting food at the surprise birthday party, and they had little grilled shrimp. I was like, oh, little baby shrimps. Someone found that very funny.
Okay, so what you're really describing here is like baby talk between you and your significant other.
No, he started this at work with people he works with before me.
What is
As
happening at work?
We peel back another layer of the onion.
What is happening at work? Who is he telling this to at work? Tony?
Butler. Little baby Butler biscuits or
Well, I
whatever.
think Tony
What?
was the original one that kind of started.
Okay, do you guys do any work at work?
No.
No.
Or is there just eating and making up of little baby names?
Some of us do work.
No, you don't. Nick oversells it big time.
Does he?
Yeah, well, big time.
Okay.
Oh, I had to go to one run. Did a lot of work.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Had to get property.
Yeah. One run.
Oh boy.
I mean, it's okay though.
Luckily, Cory will be doing a lot more than one run when we go back to work.
We all pat him on the back and tell him he's doing a good job.
Nobody does that.
See, this is some of the downside of doing a podcast with your boss.
Is he really though?
I feel like you're gonna find out.
You might.
Doing over there?
Entertaining myself.
Laying in his smoke.
Well, thank you guys for those news stories. They were delightful. Delightful.
Bit of a stretch there, but okay. I will accept.
All right, episode 54 in the can.
We're all done.
No,
Ignore the yawn to my right.
Across with me.
Yeah.
pick of the week.
We should do pick of the week, and then I had what was the new segment I tried last week?
Oh,
It went
yeah.
over like a goddamn lead balloon.
I don't even know what we call it.
Oh,
To be honest
I
with
don't think it was good enough for us to give a name to.
you. So, to explain to Nick since he wasn't here, Bob
We're not
basically
going to be doing this, by the way. So
Bob basically wrote down
Oh yeah, now I remember.
things on a piece of paper, and we had to pick them. And no matter what it was, we had to try to explain it to the
it
audience.
was called "I Don't Understand."
Yes, that's right.
That was the name of the segment.
So whatever you picked, there was a whole other set of rules too, as far as how you could pick and.
Well, no,
or
you
not.
could. Anybody could pick it. Like you turn it over and like it was. What was the one you got? Strawberry.
Oh, so, yeah, the Starberry milkshake,
Yeah.
which doesn't even exist.
Right, but anybody. So if you turn it over, then any one of us could go like someone has to take it, and then they have to explain it, even if they don't know what it is. But if like you picked it, whatever you told us it was, like we're not going to question it. We're just going to be like the Greek chorus of the dumb audience. You can say whatever you want. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You can either explain, like if you know what it is, you can explain it to the listeners. Like maybe there's somebody, if the Starberry milkshake is a thing, and you're from India or if you're from Norway and you don't know what a Starberry milkshake is, you're going to explain it to them. if you don't know what it is, then you're gonna tell them what it is, and it's gonna be complete and utter horse shit, just as creative as you can get. And then the next one comes up. So if you didn't pick it, like once you get down to the last one, like if you're the last one you haven't picked it in, now you have to do that one.
It was rough.
I think it was. My heart was in the right place.
No, yeah, and when you explained it to me the day before, I'm like, all right, that could be on something there.
Seems like a good segment.
It did at the time, but during execution, not so much.
And I don't think I don't think Krabby really helped with selling it too much.
No, he was doing imaginary under-over Vegas calls in his headset, telling him how much more money he's losing on the podcast for every minute.
Yeah, he basically said, like, starting out, he's like, this isn't going to work. Oh, thanks, Krabby.
I predict this podcast will go under within the next 2 hours.
So, I mean, it has potential, just needs a little
polish.
I don't know if it
polish
has
around the
potential.
edges.
I mean, I guess I could be talked into.
I mean, I think it does, because, like I said, the way you explained it the day prior, I'm like, yeah, all right, I can see that. I think what your picks, though, like such as the Starberry milkshake.
That's fair. So a Starberry milkshake was one. Pokemon Go was another one. Deadpool was the third one. The fourth one.
Ukulele.
Because like when you used the video poker example, when we were talking about it the day before.
Is that the one I used?
Yeah, that to me, I'm like, I could go on for quite some time about video poker, even though I don't play it myself.
Right.
Like I could just basically be like, oh yeah, people put a shit ton of money in these machines.
What did Cory get?
Strawberry milkshake.
I got the strawberry milkshake.
He got the one thing that apparently doesn't exist.
And then I'm sitting here trying to tell Bob, like, it doesn't actually exist. He's like, oh, it does. There's really no such thing.
So let me know how you explained it.
So, well, it's a...
You could always refer him back to episode 53.
I mean, I say
which is available on iTunes and Spotify.
Like, it's obviously a milkshake of the Starberry sorts.
That's how it started. Right. That's when Krabby started getting like communications from Vegas in his ears.
Okay.
But I'm like, I've never heard of anything anywhere near this. So clearly, it's not something. And Bob was insistent.
Did Cory start shitting all over it?
No, he was very gamely sort of trying to go like, look, I'm doing the best I can, but I'm looking it up while you're telling me, and it does not exist. I can't find it.
Not supposed to look it up.
We did after he was done.
It was after.
Yeah.
So
I think I can't remember where I saw the inspiration for it or what podcast I was listening to where I'm like, oh, we should try that. But I think that it turned out that every one of the things that someone shows was something that there's no way they could know what it is. There's no way they could describe it. So they would have to be creative in making it up. And it was in the creative horse shitting of the description where the comedy.
I guess that makes a little more sense.
And yeah, and I don't think I probably didn't do the greatest job with the four that I picked to set that up. Set the table.
Danielle's Deadpool description.
That actually wasn't too bad though, because by the time it was done, where you're describing it, I'm like, I don't think you've seen this movie.
I have though.
I know you did, but your description did not seem to indicate that you actually had.
Right.
So anyway, maybe I'll get brave enough.
I like it.
Oh, all right. Well.
But I think they should all be a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, that's probably true. You know what? I did not have a reliable source on the web or somewhere else where I could go and get those difficult sorts of. Jesus Christ!
You started it.
No,
he's trying to wind you up.
Or down.
I guess if they were more like imaginary things that you just completely had to make up off the top of your head, that'd probably,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that'd probably be a little funnier.
Like Einstein's theory of relativity.
Yes, completely made up. Yeah, it's obviously not true.
Like that would have been your explanation.
Yes.
I'm not going to describe it because it doesn't.
Like it's a product called a TinkleSpring.
It's not. See that is. Yes.
So both you guys are right. That we could have ran with.
So Bob,
we may have to re-engineer it.
What is a TinkleSpring?
Oh well, I'm surprised you fellas haven't used a TinkleSpring yet.
When would I have used it?
Well, you would have gotten it for a Christmas present because the Hasbro Corporation makes a TinkleSpring They're actually on the 4th version of the TinkleSpring. It's version 4.2 by now.
Mm-hmm.
So many people, when they go to the bathroom, or tinkle as we like to say, they don't really, they're not satisfied just to see the stream going like down into the urinal or down to the toilet. They want to see more of like a Bellagio sort of a, explosion, some sort of a light show, some sort of if I'm going to spend the time, give me something that entertains me.
Yeah, it's like spirit fingers.
Exactly. I don't even know what that is. Hence, the Hasbro TinkleSpring.
And what does it do?
Well, it's a device with a series of clamps and levers and
God,
that you
Lamps and
Painful.
levers.
that you affix to your penis. That when you go to the bathroom, that it diverts the spray into a magical sort of a display.
Does it all make it into the toilet?
Well,
See,
it's less the goal and more of the show. It's like Broadway.
my version of the TinkleSpring.
Oh, now you're going to shill over my version of TinkleSpring?
No, just what came up in my head.
Jesus Christ.
What came up in my head
Yeah.
was it was also a device.
Is that still your stomach making that noise?
Yeah.
Jesus. Can you point the microphone down toward your belly just for like 2 minutes while he's talking? I want to hear.
No,
What
I
else
don't,
is
think,
it?
rumblings?
Yeah.
Right, I've already heard the chewing. Well, how much worse could that be?
I don't think any of us want to hear that. But yeah, what comes to mind in my head for the TinkleSpring would be, it's a battery-powered device that hooks onto the toilet as well, and it automatically closes.
As well, so your penis and the toilet?
It automatically closes the lid for the ladies. It's a spring battery-powered device, so after the guy goes to the bathroom, it'll bring the toilet down. That's called the TinkleSpring.
Yeah, it's not as exciting or marketable as mine.
That is the first time Nick's come up with a pretty brilliant
marketable
invention.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure they don't have that.
I think between the two of us walking into Hasbro, who's coming out the winner? I think we know who it is.
Yes. Yeah.
Cory, what's your version?
Now I was kind of getting into Bob's idea about
Were ya?
the show.
The penis clamp?
Well, no, when you said that, I'm like, that's the first time I'm like, ooh.
Well, how else are you going to divert the stream if you're not creating some sort of...
You could have went with like silicone sleeve, not clamp.
Now, you've got just the kind of bright mind that we want on the Hasbro TinkleSpring development team.
But for some reason, when you said it, thinking the word spring in there, I'm like, oh, it's like a trampoline effect. That you would...
Wait. What?
Yeah, you like pee onto one thing and it bounces into the...
Okay.
Just as you're
not familiar with liquid and the properties of liquid.
That's just what came to mind.
Yeah. Okay. Go on.
So you pee on something and it's like a
bounces.
Las
trampoline.
Vegas fountain. It shoots the water into different locations.
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at
So
all.
like pee trampolines is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Or there's one hole in the middle, and then all these different fountains shoot out from the side as you shoot into the middle.
That could
That's entertaining. LED lights.
You take fucking long enough in the bathroom. I don't think you need one of those. Just saying.
There it is.
Does he? I mean, he takes long enough in anything he does. Anything.
Only when you need a laser light show going on.
That'd be pretty awesome.
That's what I'm saying. TinkleSpring.
The only person left is Mrs. Finn.
No, I'm shitting on the idea.
Well, you could because
Yeah.
it's in the toilet.
And then the tubes get clogged and all that.
Yeah,
So
I would
you
say, you're walking over there.
Don't want
big fat goose egg.
don't want to shit in the TinkleSpring.
No.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, you could introduce your own feces spring next week.
No.
In the boardroom.
I think Danielle's would be, shock absorbing springs that go underneath the toilet seat. So it's more of a cushioned effect as you sit down.
No.
That would be the tinkle spring.
I don't want to bounce around like that in the pee.
Like a Schwinn bicycle seat?
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to bounce when I'm peeing. No.
I don't even have to go to the bathroom. I'm just going to sit
This
here.
is great.
Yeah, no.
So you feel like the
stream.
you'd rather achieve that same sort of show with no clamp of the penis.
Whoa! Hold on.
Wait, so in your world, you're sitting on a toilet, or or even just a chair with a urinal in front of you, and you've got the seat giving you the show.
Right.
You might be onto something there, sir.
I think, well, we can all thank Danielle for her
I feel
idea.
like that'd be a very messy bathroom.
I feel like all these ideas make for a messy bathroom.
Messier than usual.
Oh, I'm sorry?
Messier than usual.
Well,
It's all messy when
I
guys go to the
don't. I was
bathroom.
gonna say I don't have to aim when I go to the bathroom, so I don't.
Well, you kind of do, though.
I mean, but not like you guys do that you pee on the floor and stuff.
Who's ever done that?
Yeah, I
We
know
don't
what you're
aim.
talking
We
about.
don't aim on the floor.
Yeah, we don't aim on the floor.
So you aim there, just let it go there.
Cory.
See, I usually aim for the floor, and that's how I hit the ball.
He's got a little trampoline on the floor that bounces it back up.
Yeah.
The pee trampoline.
Cory's really onto the bouncy toilet seat idea. Whoa, hit the water.
Same thing for a little trampoline you put in front of the toilet that you can bounce on while you're trying to take a piss.
Oh, that would be
Oh,
nice.
yeah. Nothing good's going to come from that.
Talk about a challenge.
Introducing difficulty is not, I think, the point of the Hasbro TinkleSpring.
I think homes should have trampoline floors everywhere.
Every room.
Yeah.
But you'd have to have like 12-foot ceilings at least.
Well, and also, could you imagine the jack holes in the wall? All over the house from where you fell in.
Well, why are they going to be called jack holes?
Well,
Come on.
wait, hold on. What's his real name? Aaron?
No.
It's Silas. All right, how about we do a little pick of the week? Pick of the week, and then we'll bring this god awful mess to a close.
Already did mine.
That's true, you did. I see
I
some
don't know if I have
some-
one.
teeth gritting faces. I see the kind of face that you'd see if you just put a couple of limes in your mouth, swished it around, expecting popcorn or something sweet.
Expecting popcorn?
Yeah,
Sort of a grimace, sort of
Yeah,
a
pick of the week.
some other McDonald's character.
Boy, that couch is probably comfortable with a bunch of blankets right now.
It would be. I don't think I have a pick of the week this week.
If I went first, could you come up with one?
Maybe I'll think.
Maybe you'll think.
I think it's kind of weird that
Yeah.
we're called the Schnozzcast and our logo is a nose, and one of the things we do is called Pick of the Week.
It's just good planning, sir. I mean, these things aren't done by accident.
Sure.
It's all by design. All right, so my pick of the week, I've been obsessed over the last week with the Amazon Prime show called Fleabag. I think I've talked to Danielle about this a little bit, have I?
I don't know.
No? Was watching the Golden Globes last Sunday, so about a week ago, and I've heard of Fleabag. I heard it was great.
I have no idea.
Your eyes
Oh.
smaller. Some of the funniest times of the podcast is when Cory gets up and Bob's like, I'll tell mine first. And he looks directly at Danielle and she slowly starts falling asleep. It's that
I didn't notice my eyes
that
were making a
soothing
different
voice.
shape.
It's that soothing voice. Just let's let this go down.
I don't know what to do now.
I love it so much because she tries so hard. And she's always like,
Is she really
fuck you
trying
guys,
hard, though?
fuck you guys for not saying anything and just letting him talk for so long. You know?
I think I talked for like 20 seconds.
I know.
It wasn't that
I
long.
know. She's like,
I didn't feel my eyes.
Do you remember,
any
like,
kind of?
6-8 months ago when that would happen and I would just start to go like, I'm going to tell a story and all of a sudden I'm just going to keep doing this
yes.
the whole time.
Yes.
And she's like, why are you doing that? I'm like, to keep you awake. Oh, you know what?
Anyways, continue.
New segment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bob tells Danielle a story.
Oh.
That we can't interact.
But you who's going to pick the story?
Bob tells Danielle a
You're
story.
going to pick the story? You two guys are picking the
It's
story?
always got to be the end of the podcast.
Oh.
So continue.
You two guys are going to pick the story?
Yeah, we can do that.
Alright.
All right.
That's my eyes are wide open. Otherwise, Nick thinks I'm falling
Toothpicks in her
asleep.
eyes. It's like fucking Clockwork Orange. She's trying to just like completely
You have to tell the story directly.
clamp them open.
Directly to Danielle.
All right.
I'm appeasing Nick.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge is the name of the lady who stars in the show. She executive produced it. It's her idea. She's a star.
Why are you both staring at me? Jesus Christ.
She won a ton of awards, and I'm like, God damn it! I've heard a lot of great shit about this Fleabag show, and I'm like, I gotta give it a shot. Especially now that she just won every fucking award you could win.
Mm-hmm.
So I completely got hooked on it. It's utterly fantastic. I can't believe it took me this long to find out about it. There's only 2 seasons so far. Each season is 6 episodes. Each episode is only 30 minutes. So less than 30 minutes. So it's a really quick watch. Shit. I would be super interested to hear about you or anybody else who happened to watch it and what you thought, because I couldn't turn it off.
It's on Amazon, you said?
Amazon Prime.
What's it
Prime
about?
Video. She is, it's obviously a British show. She's just a person who, I don't want to spoil it for you.
Okay.
I don't even want to say anything about it.
Okay.
Because the thing that caught me about the show was every single decision that someone on a TV show would make that you would expect that she would make, she didn't make them. And I'm like, holy shit, I don't know what's going to happen next. She kept making the worst decisions you could ever make. It was kind of like when you watched, I know you watch The Office. Have you watched The British Office? Do yourself a favor, watch The British Office, because Steve Carell, whatever he did with his character, what was his character's name again?
Michael Scott.
Michael Scott was based on David Brent, who's Ricky Gervais' character. Ricky Gervais was way more of an asshole, way more irredeemable, way more of a, like, he just did, you're like, what is there to like about this guy? And every once in a while they give you like a little glimmer of hope, like, okay, maybe Michael Scott's got a heart, maybe he's not all about himself, maybe he'll do the right thing every now and again. And David Brent was the same way, but even less so. And this kind of reminded me of that. Like, after a couple episodes, you're like, why should I care about this person? Because they're so shitty in everything that they do. Like, where's the part of the story that makes me care about this main character?
Right.
And you get there eventually, but how they get there was not what I expected, and it completely. I think I'm only 2 episodes away from finishing the second season, but I couldn't turn. I had to stop watching because I'm like, I have work to do. I got other shit I have to do. So, absolutely recommend Fleabag on Prime Video. So, able to think of anything between the yawns?
Yeah. I wasn't yawning.
That should be your new show. Instead of Between Two Ferns, Between the Yawns.
I actually, it's kind of, well, it is nerdy. I was watching the Jeopardy, like the greatest, but I can't remember what they're calling it right now. It's like the 3 of like the biggest like champions that they've had. They're like competing against each other. It was this last week, and then I guess they're going to continue this week because nobody won.
Is Alex Trebek permanently stepping down, or has he already stepped down?
No, he hasn't stepped down yet.
But he's got cancer.
Yeah, he has pancreatic cancer.
Yeah, so
cancer
he's
stage
going
4.
to. Right.
They said it sounds like he might at some point, but he hasn't.
He's going to die on the show.
Stop, that's not nice.
I mean, it's possible. Hopefully not, but.
Yeah. No, I guess he's doing like as well as one can with pancreatic cancer. But I think it's been a year now that he was diagnosed with it. But no, he's still hosting.
Okay.
But just the 3 guys that, well, the one guy won like forever ago. He hasn't been doing that great. Brad, whatever his name is. I don't know his last name.
I think it's Brahman. Right, Nick?
Yep.
But it's
It's
just,
not attention.
it's entertaining because, I mean, they're very awkward. But they, like the last show, I think it was the last one, 2 of them had no idea what the answer was.
Okay.
And so like they just wrote like randomness on like their screen. And so it kind of gave like Alex a chuckle because he's like, oh, is it, Jeopardy comedy hour? And I don't know. It's funny to watch them.
Sounds like it.
It is.
What did Alex say again?
I'm not saying it again. Fuck you. You wanted me to pick a week, so I made one, okay?
Thank you, Danielle.
Comedy week.
Comedy hour.
I'm not going to say it again, but if you try to do it, I'll correct you.
Right, exactly.
Cory?
Well, I think given what I was given yesterday, I'm going to go with the Hanger One vodka.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to talk about some sort of venereal disease. Or...
Yes. Yeah, the gonorrhea.
Yeah, the gon.
Yeah. The gon, as the kids call it on the
Yeah,
street.
so you've definitely...
Yeah, it's good. It's
tasted
very
difference.
good.
Okay.
And,
would you actually buy it on your own?
I mean, I don't know what you guys spent on it, you and Allison. But,
like any kind of... If you're going to look for good vodka, you're like, oh, I should get some Grey Goose, or I should get, you've got generally the same, go-to, like, top shelf vodkas you could buy. They're all the same price. It's all like $26 a fill.
okay, that's not bad.
No, it's not too bad.
No, it is very good.
And it's not like buying like a 12-year-old bottle of Macallan or something like that, but it's a decent enough vodka where you're like, okay, this is definitely, like, he'll taste the difference. It'll be smoother, it'll be whatever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, so hey,
That's
yeah,
good.
Hanger One.
Okay.
Made in California.
Is that where it's made?
Yep.
Okay.
So, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And Allison.
Nick? Q Bader.
Yeah, I already did mine.
I know you did, but you're stretching that tongue twister out there like you want to read it out loud again.
I never read it out loud.
That's right. But you're having second class.
No.
You want to quit?
No, got it.
You big tease.
It was very successful.
It's all a tease.
When Daniel read it, so I don't want to steal my thunder.
So should I try? So I have another like a trial run new segment. I was thinking of
Oh
trying.
boy.
If you would indulge me.
What do we got?
Well, we got something that I ran across this thing on Reddit called Shower Thoughts. If you go to Reddit/Shower Thoughts.
Tell us on the tribe.
It's on the Chive?
Yeah.
So you've read it?
I've seen a couple of them.
Okay. So I'm like, okay, let's see whether this could be like podcast material. So I clipped a couple of them, and we can call this the Shower Thoughts segment. I'm sure there's no fucking copyrighted Shower Thoughts.
I would hope not.
All right, so here's a couple. All restaurants are drive-thrus if you drive hard enough. Everything at Taco Bell is the same ingredients but in different shapes.
That's been said for you. That's the same thing at Mexican restaurants. It's all the same ingredients, just in different forms.
The person who first said, "Don't poke the bear," must have survived some crazy shit. No. At some point, you've walked past someone with a butt plug in.
That, yeah, I don't. Have
Statistically speaking, I feel like that's probably accurate.
I feel like walking past a serial killer is.
It's probably also statistically accurate.
Oh, it fell out.
There was probably a few ancient Greek women who cheated on their husbands, but claimed that Zeus got them pregnant.
I guess that would be true.
You always pronounce incorrectly.
Wow, that's a stretch.
Is it?
Yeah.
Everyone that drives a Volkswagen Beetle has probably gotten someone punched before. I feel like I'm losing Nick with every different shower thought.
I'm listening. I like him.
I'm a big fan. Keep going.
Big fan of the shower thoughts.
Children have a favorite toy, teenagers have a favorite singer, and adults have a favorite gas station.
Cory has a favorite gas
I
station.
know he does.
I got a couple.
You could throw a pebble into an ocean and be the last human being to touch that pebble for the rest of recorded history.
Wow. That one is deep.
Much like the ocean.
Oh, how did I get? So last one I'm gonna hear. So, no matter how busy it is, there's never a line to the urinal at a water park.
Oh.
Yeah. Let me be the first to kibosh this entire segment. I've done it once now, and I've proven to myself
I like it.
it's not gonna.
I like the unlikable segments. I do.
You fucking ass.
I like the shower spring. What was it?
TinkleSpring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just mixed both those segments.
Yeah.
I'm honestly on the fence as to whether or not I even want to just chop the fuck out of that thing and just not even do it.
No. Leave it.
Well, you with that pause right before I said anything about it, you were like looking at me like, oh, we're going to bring this to a close? Like, let's actually go. Well, that's been Schnozzcast, episode 54.
No, that's got to stay in there. It's got to stay in there.
Doesn't. No, it's on the video for sure. I can clip that bitch right out.
I don't see a reason to.
He's gonna clip a bitch.
That is Schnozzcast, episode 54. Thank you for joining us. Please join us again next weekend. We'll be back doing more of the same unfunny shit. And unlistenable segments. And awkward starts.
You're trying. You're trying.
Am I really?
Yeah, I hope so.
Should we keep it going for one more shot?
I mean, at this point, we might as well.
Why not? You know what? Have a seat.
He's like, I don't want to get up
You
again.
talk, I'll get the shit.
Oh, good.
So, Nick, what's your shower thought of the day?
Yeah.
Are these in any particular order? Left or right?
Shower thought of the day.
I'm just asking.
Nick, it's the
If
crooked
the
one.
answer's no, then. See, it's not easy to do
Yeah,
without Reddit.
they were in order, by the way.
In what order were they?
Shower. Well, Bob didn't come up with those shower thoughts.
I did not.
Well, no, I know he didn't. I was just seeing if you had one.
If I had a shower thought.
Yeah.
You're really struggling here.
Come on, you got something.
No matter what home you buy, someone else has masturbated before you.
There we go. See, that one I like. That's
Wait, what was it?
So no matter what home you buy, someone has masturbated in it before you.
That's actually good, but I'm not sure why that's so much better than any of the ones I read.
Well,
because he came up with that on his
it
own.
sparks Cory's interest.
Because there's masturbation or home ownership.
Ooh.
That's a tough call right there, sir.
You're a tough call.
That's a bitter medicine right there.
Yep. Choke
Watch out for that
choke
wire.
that down, bitch.
Wow.
Bob's calling a lot of people a bitch tonight.
Yeah, I hope that's the first time that's ever been said in my home.
First time?
No, you know Doris was here fucking
Brr.
rubbing out.
That is episode 54, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for joining. Thank you to Jackerman.
Jackerman? Who's Jackerman?
I heard Jackerman.
Jackerman?
I'm trying to get.
Hey! Hey, Jackerman, what's going on? Well, it has been a pleasure, ladies and
It's
gentlemen.
been a pleasure.
For Jackerman, Cory, Danielle, Bob, and I, we would just like to say thank you. Good night, everybody. Good night.
Oh, the Jackerman shows up at the very end of the episode.
Please follow him at @thejackmoran on
There
Instagram.
we go.
Or hashtag Jackerman.
You know what? I just gotta say, these are great because it's so fucking cold. It's amazing.
And you can toss them right in the sink when you're done.
Right.
And
but
break them.
there's no.
Yes.
When you drink it, there's no like your mouth is still like covered in Fireball and water. Like there's no like just kind of naturally like wiping it off on the edge of the shot glass. Or,
What is he talking about? I don't know either. What do you do with your
I
normal
was to
shot?
say, how do you normally take a shot?
Do you do like lip cleaning with the glass when you're done, or what?
It acts as a barrier.
Suctions it around his
It
mouth.
acts as a barrier where you don't get on your bottom lip. It goes right in your mouth.
You could
But
take-
this, everything is wet. It's all fucked up.
What kind of dry ass Fireball are you drinking?
Oh,
The same
Lance.
dry ass Fireball that we drink every week.
And if you'd like, you could take a bite off the side.
Oh.
Not so much, huh? Shot glass is amazing.
I love how it was such a rocky start, but now we really don't even want to shut it off.
You could-
We're like, let's just keep going.
You could drop it into your glass of Space Pop to keep it nice and cold.
Can you imagine an ice shot glass full of Space Pop?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up the evening.
All right.
Yep, from all of us here at Pepper Jelly Incorporated, we'd like to thank you for joining us.
And just think to yourself, who's masturbating in your home?
And with that, good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Good night.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.